Bailey hands off to left to Woolley. Shot clock at 7. Out top to Conwell. Conwell to Woolley. Back to Conwell. Works around the Zuger screen. 3 to shoot. Conwell kicks to the right side. A 3 by Hadley. Got it right at the buzzer.
Beautiful pass by Conwell. No panic at all. And terrific execution there by Louisville.
So our stat monitor came to life at the same time. So here we go. USF with their first possession. Possession comes out to the top left for a 3. That misses from Enos. And the rebound is collected by Conwell. Runs it straight up the court. Conwell around Zugris. Keeps going. Gets a little bump. A little nudge as he went through the middle. And he was hit by Isaiah Nelson. And that's the first foul of the game. Let's see. I'm going to give you the officials now to have a moment. The officials are Lee Cassell, Steven Anderson, and Chris Passy.
I do know who they are. Steven, if you're curious later, I'll point out which is which to you.
Zugris has the ball out of the high right. Conwell being held as he goes by. And Zugris keeps it. Now gives to McNeely. Louisville with a 3-0 lead. McNeely kicks to the high left to Conwell. Comes around to the top. Goes back to the top left to Hadley. Drives into the lane. Hadley down low. Feeds it underneath there. Zoo couldn't get it up from underneath the rim. Got the rebound though. Brings it back out. Shovels away to Woolley in the lane. Kicks to the right. Hadley, good fake. Drives baseline. Pivots. Throws the right. Wide open 3. Woolley, no good. And there's Zoo with an offensive rebound. And they surround him and foul him. And is that Nelson again? Nelson was in the scrum there. Let's see who they call it on.
He's giving them good minutes earlier. Zoo is a maniac on the glass here.
They called it on Enos. That's his first foul.
No, that's not so bad for Louisville either. He's their best player.
By the way, he's the son of Curtis Enos. Remember the All-American running back at Penn State?
Yes, I do.
That's his daddy. Louisville with an early 3-0 lead. Barge will inbound from underneath. They're waiting for someone to tie a shoe. I can't tell who that is. He's been over away from me. That's Brown. Now Woolley gets it. Woolley floats it into Zugris. Top left of the circle. Zoo hands away to Conwell. Dribbles to the left. Conwell sends it across the floor to McNeely. Steps back for a 3. Missed it. Rebound collected by Brown. Good look by McNeely. Brown rushes down court. Stripped clean. There goes McNeely. Steps up. Layup good by McNeely. A steal and 2.
Beautiful, because he has not shot it particularly well of late. So when he can contribute other ways, rebounding, gets a steal, that's a big play for him.
Take a page out of the Bulls playbook. They're a big steal team. Here goes Onwafu inside, and he forced his way in and scored. Josh Omojafo gets his first 2. Hadley into offensive court. 5-2 Louisville. Hadley hands to Conwell out top. Conwell drives it. They come with help, and they knock him down, and that's going to be a foul called on Pinion. So Joseph Pinion picks up his first foul. Just some boos. I don't know how you could call it anything but a foul on that.
It looked like he slammed him. He came from the blind side, so he thought he had a good chance, but just as he did, Conwell turned, and so they definitely collided. You got to call that on the defender. I think Conwell actually took a pretty good pop.
Conwell will go to the end zone and inbound the ball. We played 2.5 minutes. Conwell floats it into Zoo, top left of the circle, gives out to Woolley. There comes Conwell. Ooh, runs into a Zuger screen. 3 missed out front. Rebound taken down by USF.
Zuger's lost a shoe.
Yeah, Zuger's playing without a shoe and slow to catch up. Give it to the left side to Pinion. Steps back left wing 3. He got it. Now they could call a whistle just to get a retread for Zugris. Pinion with 106 threes this year, and Enos with 107 threes. Conwell, by comparison, at 105, and McNeely for Louisville had 86 threes this year. Here comes Frew in to replace Zugris. Cardinals and Bulls tied. Woolley into offensive court. Throws to the top left to Hadley. Hadley down toward the left baseline. Turns the lane, goes across the floor, too high and off the fingertips of McNeely and out of bounds into the USF bench.
Well, this is where you got to be careful. Now Louisville kind of gave him a quick pop in the jaw when the game started. Now they made a couple of shots. They drove by us once. They hit a 3. Now they forced a turnover. Now the confidence surges.
Brown gives to Enos, throws on the right to Omojafu, hands it away. Brown kicks the right corner. There's a 3. Missed by Pinion. Rebound to Woolley. Woolley dashes ahead, but he's 1 on 3. He'll slow up. Woolley backs his way a little closer. Woolley in low. surrounded and traveled. He was pivoting around and just stretched it a little too far and dragged the pivot foot. So 2 turnovers for the Cardinals.
They're a very physical team. You can see that right from the start. They've been banging. They had a body on Woolley there. Louisville's going to have to meet their fire with fire, so to speak. They're going to have to play physically today.
Freshman Gavin Hightower from Los Angeles checks in for C.J. Brown. Hightower averages just under 4 points per game. There comes Hightower bringing it in the front court on Conwell. Enos runs across the floor, gets it, throws it back to Hightower. Hightower stops at the top of the circle, front left three, Enos, that's no good, and Frew is there fending off Nelson to grab the rebound.
Good block out by
Frew. Pass up court, ball batted away on a deflected pass and run down for a wide open layup. It'll be put in on the run by Hightower. Just a careless pass. Cardinals have turned it over 3 times already. Louisville with the basketball. Woolley holds it, brings it out front, stops left elbow, floats it down low. Frew caught it down deep, puts it up, it was blocked by Nelson.
Not enough movement again, Paul. A lot of standing and watching.
USF leads 7-5. Here's Hightower, whips it across the left corner to Enos. A 3, pressured by Conwell, hits the top of the backboard, bounces into the air, run down by Hightower on the right side of the right corner. Pinion, quick release 3. That misses, and Frew is there to claim the rebound. So both teams have missed some good looks. Conwell rushes into front court, slants in the lane. His floater comes off the back rim to Frew, though. Frew gives it back out to Hadley, throws on the left to Woolley, drives on Pinion, backs away, throws out top to Conwell, considered shooting, now Will, a deep 3, no good off the back rim, and McNeely wades through to pick up the long rebound. Pass over to left to Woolley, back out to McNeely at the high left. McNeely wants Frew to come with a screen. McNeely crosses over, throws to Frew, down in close. Frew, one-handed dunk.
Nice pass by McNeely. That was better movement. They got movement. They got a good shot.
There goes Pinion driving and a reach. I think it's going to be Conwell. Nope, McNeely reaches and commits the first Louisville foul, and that will get us to our first timeout. Just like the Cards, Tom Drexler Plumbing, Air, and Electric believes in being the best, and that's why only the best technicians wear the Tom Drexler uniform. Remember, dial 1 Tom Drexler for all your plumbing, heating, air, and electric needs. Louisville and USF tied at 7 at our first timeout. This is Cardinal basketball from Learfield.
Thinking about digging, planting a tree, putting up a fence? Hold that shovel. Before you break ground, head to Kentucky811.org or call 811. It's quick, it's free, and yep, it's the law. Submit your request online or call before you dig. Member utility pros will mark where the underground lines are. Don't risk the injury, service outages, penalties, or costly repairs. Safety is in your hands. 811 before you dig. Sponsored by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
Louisville was founded in 1798, and we've been ruffling feathers ever since. Introducing 1798 Blonde Ale from Goodwood Brewing, the official craft beer of University of Louisville Athletics, and the unofficial beer of yelling, "That was a foul!" from your couch. Bold, crisp, and just spicy enough to make your rival's fight song sound like a lullaby. If the feathers ain't flying, you ain't trying. Goodwood Brewing, ruffling feathers since 1798, brewed to bring the heat and the winds.
You know that sound anywhere. It's the crisp crunch of that first nacho chip. With its perfect cheese to sour cream ratio sitting atop a layer of delicious beans, it's a sip away from perfection. That's what we're looking for. Add a delicious, refreshing Pepsi and we've achieved absolute nacho nirvana. Because while you can pile those nachos high with every spicy, cheesy, savory topping, there's no topping a cool Pepsi finish. Nachos, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Back in Buffalo, Paul Rogers with Bob Valvano at the NCAA East Region. It's tied at 7 at our first time out. And da-da-da-da-da, Bob, you get to do the honors.
Oh, man. Thank you so much, Paul. You know how much it means to me to be able to do the disclaimer. This broadcast of the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship is authorized under broadcast rights granted by the NCAA through Westwood One. It is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. Don't mess with it.
Well, see any early trends here we can hang our head on?
Well, one thing that's got, I mean, this is not going to be particularly profound. You'd expect as much. Both teams doing a good job in their preparation. South Florida obviously has scouted Louisville very well, and they are fighting over every screen with Conwell, not trying to give him any room to work. They're playing very physically with Louisville. But what Louisville's got to do is say, okay, well, we know they're trying to take X and Y and Z away from us. How can we get them anyway? And I'm telling you, the answer is when Louisville moves, they get their options. They had good movement last time, got a dunk from Frew. On the offensive end, they've got to move. Player movement, ball movement.
Ball put into play. Frew knocks a pass away. Several new players in will get it as a go. Because around the top goes Enos. Gives to Omojafo. Charges into the basket. Drops it off. And Collins underneath. Looked like he traveled. Puts one up and misses. Tries to get it back. Frew grabs it from him.
Frew's come to play tonight. Good to see.
Collins, by the way, played 2 years at Kentucky, you might remember. Also at LSU. He's on the floor now. Here's Conwell. Feeds it down. Batted away and recovered on the baseline. But he was on the baseline when Hightower picked up the ball.
You're getting a lot of deflections, though. Too many deflections, as a matter of fact. Again, that's because you're not getting as open as you need to be. Got to get more movement. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Sorry, but that's the reality.
Kobe Rogers is on the floor for the Cards. There's the inbounds pass to Frew over the shoulder catch at the top right of the circle. Frew dribbling, looking for someone, and picks up his dribble. Now Conwell's going to come by to get it. They fight over the screen. Conwell bounces to Frew, top of the circle, kicks to the right. Rogers open three, no good. Another great wide open look. Louisville is just 1 of 6, and so is USF. Here's a step back three, Pinion. He comes up short. Rebound chased down in the corner, saved in briefly off of who? I believe Omojafo knocked off a Cardinal over there.
He threw it off of Kobe Rogers.
So USF is 1 of 7 in threes. Louisville 1 of 6. 30% overall for the Bulls, 25% for the Cardinals. Two high-scoring teams, averaging in the high 80s, mid-80s each team. Here's Hightower, throws down the left sideline to Pinion, gets loose along the baseline, puts a contested shot that Frew affected. Rebound pulled down by Hadley. Hadley, long lead pass. Rogers catches it, throws it back out to McNeely for a three. Good! He was knocked down, no call. But McNeely puts in his 5th point, his first second three for the Cardinals. They lead 10-7.
Maybe that'll open the dam.
Here's Hightower at the top left. Not a big offensive threat, really. More of a driving point guard. Does get to the rim, and that one is blocked, I believe, by Frew. Certainly knocked him off balance. Here comes Hadley down court for the Cards. Hadley to the trailing Frew. Off to Conwell. Fakes, drives. Conwell attacks the rim and gets fouled on the way there.
Again, more movement, though, Paul, right? They got it down the floor quick. Another quick pass. Hit the trailer. Didn't hold it. Put it right to the deck. Got the defense out of position. Drew the foul.
So the first free throws of the game coming up. The foul was on Hightower. And it'll be Conwell at the line with a Cardinal charity stripe. Each made free throw means another donation by our partners at Sam Aguilar Injury Lawyers, Fee Venture Logistics Corp., 7 Brew Coffee, and Oasis Solutions. The Cardinal charity stripe goes back 1 free throw at a time. And Conwell, who's an 85% free throw shooter, missed. Conwell has had at least 1 3 in every game. 26 games. He's had 2 or more. He's had 14 games where he scored 20 or more points. He hits the second free throw. 11-7, Louisville leading it. Some backcourt pressure on Louisville. They try to trap Smith and Brown in backcourt. Throws it into front court where he got it ahead to Isaiah Jones, a senior from Nashville. Played on the Oakland team that upset Kentucky a few years ago. There comes Brown at the top right. Finds Enos, top of the circle. Enos gets deep, twisting layup. Good by Enos. Not just a three-point shooter. He gets his first 2 points. 11-9. Cards on top. Here's Woolley from the high right. Drops it to Frew, top of the circle. Back to Woolley on the right. Considered shooting. Couldn't over Brown. Circles out to the top right. Lets it go. Buries his three. Kind of a flat arc to it, but it went through.
Didn't love it, but he got it out the bottom, Paul.
The Cards now with 3 threes to lead it 14-9. Louisville 3 of 8 in three-pointers. Here's Enos giving it off to Pinion. Back out front again to Nelson. Nelson holds it. Frew comes out to guard him there. Nelson hands it away to Jones. And back to Enos. Enos guarded by Roots now out on the perimeter. Enos steps back on Roots, who blocked the shot. Picked up by Conwell. 2-on-1. Conwell to Roots. Lost it almost. Put it up. Missed it. Rolled off the rim. Defender knocked him off balance a little bit. Maybe even deflected the ball, and Roots couldn't close it out. USF ball. Pinion drives on Rogers. Pinion starts to go again. Rogers stays with him. Off to Nelson in the left corner. Nelson wants to work it in on Frew. Frew standing strong. Throws it back out front. Batted away by Conwell, but it is recovered. They get it out, lob it down. Caught underneath by Nelson. Flipped it up backhanded. Doesn't get it. Strong rebound pulled down by Frew. Cardinals defense is fierce here.
They are not making anything easy. Good to see.
Woolley slips off to the left. Out to the front right to Roots. Drives on Brown. Kicks to the right corner. Along the baseline is Rogers. Kobe drives into the lane. Gets to the rim. Pivots. Loops it back outside. Another bad pass stolen. Taken away by Jones. Now he's trapped. Knocked away by Rogers, and he steals it right back. There comes Woolley weaving into offensive court for the Cardinals. Woolley around Frew. Sopp throws the right. A Roots three. Good! Even Kanai is going to shoot the threes today. He made one in Charlotte last week. 17-9, Louisville leads. Roots is only a 22% three-point shooter, and suddenly Louisville has made 4 of their 9 threes. Here's Pinion out front. Khalifa waiting to check in for Louisville. Pinion catch and shoot three, falls down, bounces over on the side to Rogers. There comes Roots into offensive court. 17-9 Cardinals. Conwell, long three, no good off the back rim. Long rebound is run down by Pinion, and he gets hit by Conwell out of frustration. Not the greatest shot and not a real wise foul when he came back as well, and we'll get to a timeout. Get your L's up and head to your nearest Liquor Barn or Party Mart store, an official partner of the Louisville Cardinals. You can place an order for pickup or delivery through the Liquor Barn website or app. It's easy to shop for your favorite beer, wine, and spirits at Liquor Barn and Party Mart. Go Cards. 17-9, Louisville on top of South Florida midway through the first half. This is Louisville Cardinals basketball from Learfield.
Your company doesn't need a printer. You need a partner. A partner like Clark & Riggs. Clark & Riggs brings you the whole package. On-demand and variable data printing, direct mail management, e-commerce solutions, warehousing and fulfillment, rapid prototyping, retail solutions from large format signage and point-of-purchase material to branded decor and fixtures. Oh, and the best offset and digital printing in the business. Visit Clark & Riggs at morethanaprinter.com.
Cards fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is the official beer sponsor of the Louisville Cardinals, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
Need a moment to relax, recover, or just feel better in your body? Cornbread Hemp's hemp-infused wellness products are grown in Kentucky and made to help folks find their version of the good life. From relaxing seltzers to organic gummies and oils, every product is crafted with care. No synthetics, no shortcuts. Visit cornbreadhemp.com and use code UL25 at checkout to get 25% off your order. Cornbread Hemp. This is the good life.
Westwood One and the Varsity Network bring you every moment of March all the way to Indianapolis. It's the only place to stream the Cards on the postseason is the Varsity Network app. Download the free Varsity Network app today. Paul Rogers and Bobby V, a good segment for the Cards, Bob, who now have a 17-9 lead with 10:32 to play in the half.
Yeah, outstanding segment. Outscored them 10-2, and the defense was instrumental. They're holding South Florida to just 26% shooting, and to that end, the All-State Good Hands play. I guess we can kind of make it forehands because it was right in front of us. They had just made a turnover, but then Kenai Roots and probably even more significantly Kobe Rogers came back in transition and stripped them right in front of us, and they went down the floor right after that. That's the Allstate good hands play. Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. You're in good hands with Allstate. You know, they keep so many stats now at games. And I know they do this at Marquette. Marquette has, the scoreboard has a lot of things that other teams don't have. I think every team should keep deflections up there, because I don't know any coach in America who doesn't chart it anymore, and it's really significant. And I think South Florida, that first segment, got a lot of deflections. I think that's one of the reasons they were playing well. That last segment, I think Louisville got deflections, and I think that's what led to them outscoring them 10-2.
Cardinals have outscored them 12-2 over 432, 10-2 in that segment. USF ball as they get it into play. And here comes C.J. Brown in the front court, defended by Hadley. Louisville leading it 17-9. Give it out top to Nelson. Then Omojafu drives on McNeely. Took a blow to the chin, and they're going to call McNeely for the foul. But I think at least maybe he won't need any staples on this one. That is the second foul on McNeely.
Teams do scout, though, and when they have an opportunity to take him right to the basket, they do. That's the second time he's been beaten, once for a layup, and this will be 2 free throw opportunities for Omojafu.
Their first free throws, they shoot over 20 a game. Omojafu, 189 attempts, most on the team, and he puts it in. Omojafu, 189 attempts. Brown, 165 attempts, and the other one is Nelson, who has 196 attempts. Actually, he's the most on the team. So they do get to the line a lot. Omojafu from Hamilton, Ontario, played at Robert Morris last year. Puts it in. And it is 17-11 Louisville midway through the first half. Ali Khalifa now playing with center for Louisville. He gets the ball out top, a dangerous passer. Khalifa dribbles to the right. Khalifa looking, pivots, looks the other way. Still looking, now throws a pass that's batted away. Khalifa does pick it up, though, down the left low baseline. Hadley turns around, comes up short on a shot, and the rebound is taken down out of there by Omojafu. Runs it into offensive court, slants to the middle, gives it back out front to Brown. Drives to the circle, gives it back to Omojafu. Finds a little clearing, drives in, scoops, misses, and Hadley lassos the rebound for the Cardinals. Feeds it up court to Roots. Roots to the trailing Khalifa. Feeds it underneath. There's the Conwell lay-in, and thought it was a foul as well at first. But Conwell gets his first field goal of the game.
The Egyptian magician, second on the team in assists for a center who plays barely 18 minutes a game.
19-11 Cardinals. Here's Brown getting some heat out front. Gives it to Enos. Enos out top to high left again to Brown. Kicks down to Omojafu. Shoots a three from the left side. That misses. And the rebound chased down to the corner. Saved in. And then there's a foul as Woolley, trying to get to the ball, knocked down Omojafu and commits a foul.
Holding their shooting percentage way, way down.
Ask and you shall receive. I just got a stat sheet.
I got 2.
Oh,
I have 3 of them. You have that one. I only want 1. Yeah, but the defense has been very good. But, you know, you can't count on holding them to 23% shooting all night.
They put it back into play. Here's Jones giving out top to Nelson. Now Enos has out top of 8 to shoot. Throws to the right. There's a 3 on the way. Missed by Jones. Rebound collected by Hadley. Louisville doing a great job on the boards against a very strong rebounding team. Although here's a long 3 out front. Khalifa got it! Ali an assist now and a 3. And Louisville leads at 22-11. 8.5 minutes to go in the half. Pass goes down to the left. Here's a 3 by Enos. Misses. Roots and Woolley fighting together. And a whistle blew over on the side, I think, where Conwell and Enos were on the ground.
Adamant foul gesture. I think it's on them, but I don't know. They're going to go review. I don't know what the heck is going on, but they are going to go review something here.
2 bodies went down. Conwell and I believe it was Enos. And that was quite a while before a whistle blew, but I think they're going to review to see if we had some kind of hook and hold.
That's exactly what I'm going to guess. I think it's going to be Enos they're going to look at for a hook and hold, because there are certain gestures officials make that are certain calls. That was not just a regular foul. That was I saw that. Here it is. Let's watch. Well, that's the replay. That's just Louisville making the 3. But I think it's to check a hook and hold. I think you're exactly right. Enos pulled down Conwell, and the official, it's hard to describe for potential flagrants like a shot to the head or a hook and hold. They don't just come over and make the call. It's almost like they're chastising like a parent, like you shouldn't do that. So let's see if that's what it is. Boy, Louisville on a nice run right here. They are defending spectacularly. 21% field goal shooting, 8% behind the three-point line for the Bulls.
1 of 12. Louisville is 5 of 11 and 40% overall. They average, USF does, over 40 rebounds per game, 42 rebounds per game. In fact, second most in the country, and Louisville is out rebounded at this juncture 17-10. They are generally stronger on the offensive glass, but they only have 3 of those, and Louisville has 5.
I don't know. I'm speculating that's what it was. I could be 100% wrong. Maybe this is on Louisville. Yeah.
It's a flagrant one, but I think they called it on Enos, perhaps?
Yep. Yep. It's going to be on them.
So Louisville will be shooting free throws.
And then they get the ball. And Conwell's going to the line, which is nice because he's a good free throw shooter. So Louisville hit the lottery on that one.
Louisville's 1 of 2, and they're 2 of 2 in free throws. Here's Conwell, 1 of 2 today. Free throw good. 4 points for Conwell today. Averages 18.7. Leading score by just a bit over Michael Brown. Free throw good again.
What a nice explosion by the Cards. It was 7-7 after the first media timeout. 24-11 is a 17-4 run and counting as Louisville's got the ball back.
They have missed 12 of the last 13 shots. The Bulls have. Cardinals have it in the front court. Here's Roots. Gives on the high left to Hadley. Out front to Khalifa. Gives it up to Woolley. Comes around to the high left side. Woolley looking for Conwell. He's got it now. Drops it off to Khalifa from the right wing. Khalifa looking. He'll take another baseline. Throw it across the floor to Roots. Out front to Hadley. Quick movement to Woolley. He can't get on a shot. And he's fouled on a reach by Jones. So it's the Cardinals who are drawing fouls here.
That was movement.
It's we've talked so much about how often that USF gets to the foul line, and Louisville creating a lot of contact.
You could hardly keep up describing it. The ball was moving so fast. That's the way they need to play.
When you get the shell game going, it's a hard time for the defense to keep up.
Start that merry-go-round, buddy.
Here's Conwell on the dribble out of the high right. One hands a pass, goes and doesn't get it for Khalifa. Keeps now feeds Conwell, but this is broken up. Knocked loose, tried to go to Conwell, but batted away under there by Jones. And here comes USF in the front court. Pinion with the ball. Pinion searching, throws down to the left. Here goes over Johnson with a reverse layup that hit the bottom of the rim. Rebound deflected out of bounds. Touch last, I believe, by Collins. Yep, it's going to be Louisville ball.
And we're at our under 8 timeout. What a stretch for the Cards.
When the Cards win, you win with half-off pizza from Papa John's. The day after a Louisville men's or women's basketball victory, you get 50% off any pizza at the regular menu price. Use code CARDSWIN to redeem at participating Louisville area Papa John's locations. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. 24-11. Louisville on a heater right now. They lead it over USF with 7:46 to play. This is Cardinal basketball from Learfield.
Thinking about digging, planting a tree, putting up a fence? Hold that shovel. Before you break ground, head to Kentucky811.org or call 811. It's quick, it's free, and yep, it's the law. Submit your request online or call before you dig. Member utility pros will mark where the underground lines are. Don't risk the injury, service outages, penalties, or costly repairs. Safety is in your hands. 811 before you dig. Sponsored by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Pro Rehab Physical Therapy can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 20 convenient locations across Kentuckiana, contact Pro Rehab Physical Therapy today at ProRehab.com to see a physical therapist. Pro Rehab Physical Therapy, a proud partner of the Louisville Cardinals and trusted choice for keeping Card fans in the game.
You know that sound anywhere. It's the crisp crunch of that first nacho chip. With its perfect cheese to sour cream ratio sitting atop a layer of delicious beans, it's a sip away from perfection. That's what we're looking for. Add a delicious, refreshing Pepsi and we've achieved absolute nacho nirvana. Because while you can pile those nachos high with every spicy, cheesy, savory topping, there's no topping a cool Pepsi finish. Nachos, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
A 17-4 run has propelled Louisville to a 13-point lead over South Florida. It is 24-11, 7:46 to play in the first half. South Florida has missed 13 of its last 14 shots. A few other games are underway in the tournament. Bob, what's up?
Well, I'll tell you, it's an 8-9 game. You'd expect it to be close. Couldn't be much closer, although a strange way they got there. Seeded number 9, TCU, had a double-digit lead on the 8 seed Ohio State, but now Ohio State has come back with 7:05 to go to take a 51-50 lead. That's in the East region. That is a dramatic turnaround there. A game I openly am saying I'm rooting for Fred Hoiberg, the coach at Nebraska, one of the game's good guys. The only Power 5 team to never win a game in the NCAA tournament is Nebraska. And right now they have a 14-point lead over the 13th seed Troy, 44-30, about 16 and a half to go in the second half there. Wisconsin's off to a great start on High Point. The 5-12 game, always where people look for upsets, but Wisconsin doesn't want any part of that. They lead at 15-5 at the first media timeout. And the next game to tip will be the Dukies. Number Duke taking on, who are they playing? Southern Illinois Edwardsville, the 1-16 matchup.
Scoreboard brought to you by Clark & Riggs, providing business solutions for over 20 years. Visit Clark & Riggs at morethanaprinter.com. Louisville is 6-3 as a 6 seed, 5-0 versus a number 11 seed. The situation we have today, Cards have it back into play, leading 24-11. Khalifa out top of the ball, gives it up to Rogers. Rogers throws to the right wing to Woolley. Woolley back to Khalifa, right side, free throw line extended. Wants to go on Collins, throws it across out to Woolley, 5 to shoot. Woolley fires a 3, that's offline, rims out, and the rebound is grabbed by Omajafu.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's lost the shot. He's losing his shoes. What is that?
That's Brown trying to get his foot back in the shoe, dribbling with the right shoe halfway off. He comes to Khalifa, who turns him the other way. Now Brown kicks over to the right corner. Omajafu with a 3. No good. They are frigid from the perimeter. Brown out front. He's loose for 3. Missed another one. That rebound is secured by Hadley. Hadley runs it ahead in the front court. They are 1 of 12 in threes. Here's Woolley. Woolley back out across the top. Woolley gets some pressure from Pinion. Drives in low, fakes a defender, and gets fouled by Brown. He faked him in the air, and Woolley will get to the free throw line. Excuse me, they are 1 of 14 now in threes. As a team, USF shoots 33% from 3 and makes almost 10 a game, but they are ice cold today. The Cards, meanwhile, have made 5 of 12. And Woolley at the foul line, who's an 81% free throw shooter. The sophomore from Tuscaloosa has a 3-point field goal in the game.
Louisville doing some job on the backboards, too. 19-12. So even if they're missing, if they were able to get offensive rebounds, but they haven't gotten that many, and if they have, they haven't turned them into points.
Woolley's free throw on the way. Missed. Cards as a team, good at the foul line, 77%. Louisville, as I said, 5 of 12 in threes. 4 times this year they made only 6 threes, and that happened in each of the last 2 games in Charlotte. They won 1 and lost 1. They made as many as 18 in a game before. Here's Woolley's second free throw, and missed that one also. A rare 0 for 2 for Woolley at the line. And the Cardinals now as a team are 3 for 5 as they go on the attack. Here goes Hightower, giving it off to Pinion. Drives into a crowd, kicks it out to the right. And here's a 3 to the right side. That misses badly again by Jones. And Conwell has another rebound. Lead pass down to Hadley. Javon looks, now drives. Javon kicks it back to Conwell in the left corner. Conwell drives in the lane, spins in close, puts one up, missed it. Rebound pulled in by Jones. Jones dashes up court. Hadley turns him. Jones continues on, scoops it up, missed it. And a tie-up on the rebound. They're going to call a jump ball. The ball did finally come loose, but it will be ruled a tie-up, and the possession goes to South Florida, who is now 1 of 15 in 3-point field goals. Again, one of only 2 teams in the country to have 2 players who have made more than 100 threes this season. Texas Tech is the other.
Louisville hadn't scored in 233. South Florida hadn't scored in 421.
They get the inbounds pass out deep to Nelson. Pinion takes it from him. Pinion feeds Nelson, and they're going to get a foul and a score. Woolley tried to get in his way, didn't quite get established. Woolley commits the foul, and Nelson scores. First foul on Woolley, and Nelson gets his first 2. First player to be named Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and Newcomer of the Year in American Conference history. That is Isaiah Nelson, who came with the coach from Arkansas State. Hits the free throw to complete the 3-point play. He averaged 21 points and 9 rebounds last year for the Red Wolves. So that ended a scoring drought of, what was it, about 4.5 minutes or so?
Yeah, a little more than 4.5 minutes. It's only a 10-point game because Louisville went on a scoring drought of their own, so they need to get it back in gear.
They're still on one, over 2.5 minutes themselves. Frew gives out top to Woolley, finds Rogers at the high right. Kobe, pass out front to Conwell. There's a 3, no good. Big rebound to Rogers, couldn't finish it though. Did get that rebound though. Rogers again throws the right corner, a 3. McNeely buried it.
That's why Kobe's valuable. He has no points, but he got 2 offensive rebounds there and turned it into a 3 for a teammate.
Second 3 for McNeely. It's 27-14 Cardinals. Omajafo throws across to Hightower, drops it down to the right wing. Here's a drive at Pinion, pulls over short 2-pointer and puts it in. Fifth point for Pinion, who averages 14.2. There goes Rogers driving, fakes the defender, and then they swat it out of his hands. The defender went in the air. That was Omajafo, and then on his way down, he was able to swipe it away from Rogers and out of bounds. Cards will inbound with 5:02 to play. 27-16. Kobe gets into McNeely, open for 3, right wing, got another one. That's 3 of them for Isaac McNeely today, 11 points.
High man in the game.
Cards have made 7 of 15 threes. Right down the middle goes Hightower, drops it off, a shot blocked against the rim by Hadley. There was a free foul underneath, I think it's on Rogers, yes. Kobe's on the ground, will be helped up, but Kobe did commit his second foul. Excuse me, his first foul.
It was a foul on the pass, so that shot didn't even matter. It was a blocking foul on the pass. But that is team foul number 6, so they're not shooting yet.
(30-16) Cardinals lead. Rogers goes out, Woolley returns. It'll be Hightower to inbound underneath, basket up to his left. Conwell jumping up and down in front of him, having some trouble. Now finally gets it into play to Nelson at the high left. Frew comes out to defend him there. Pinion comes to take it, defended by Woolley. Pinion on the high left, comes back toward the middle. Pinion kicks over to the right. Omajafo charges lane, kicks left corner. There's a 3 by Nelson. He misses. He's not a good 3-point shooter, but he was open in the corner. And here comes Conwell behind the back dribble, bobbled it, fumbled it, taken away. Here goes Jones the other end, and a throw down.
Those are the turnovers that absolutely get you sick. There's no reason to be French pastrying it out there 40 feet from the basket. Just be safe with it.
30-18. Yeah, tried to go behind the back in a precarious spot. Here's Roots along the baseline. Roots gets it out front, deflected and picked up again, and they got another breakaway. Here goes Nelson with a hammer. Timeout from Pat Kelsey. And in tournament play, the first called timeout in the first half is a full timeout, as it is in the second half of regular season games. A little run by USF has cut it to 10, 30-20. We'll be back. This is Cardinal basketball from Learfield.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Just like your Cardinals, Team Chevrolet has game-changing talent at every position, with a lineup led by the legendary Chevy Silverado, where 4 durable engines, including the TurboMax, deliver the capability you rely on every day. Plus, with advanced camera tech, it'll make your most difficult towing jobs a whole lot easier and your confidence even stronger. Check out the hard-working Silverado at your Chevy dealer today. Proud partner of the Louisville Cardinals. Kentucky drives Chevy.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Plumbers, Today will be a good day. You will be profitable. Your clients will be nice. No one will stand over you and tell you how to fix the thing they actually hired you to fix. You will also feel at peace after switching to Progressive, America's #1 commercial auto insurer. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 commercial auto insurer from the NAIC's 2024 National Premium Data.
Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting your business vehicles 24/7. See if you can save at progressivecommercial.com. Paul Rogers and Bob Valvano in Buffalo. It's 30-20. It's a 10-point lead for Louisville. That sounds good, and it is. But Pat Kelsey had to call a timeout because the Cards got a little loose with the basketball, Bob.
Well, and not only do they make it turnovers, they're making live ball turnovers, and those are the ones that kill you. South Florida averages 9 steals a game, which is high, and they've already got 6 in this first half. And the points off turnovers right now are 6-6, but Louisville had an advantage in that category. Louisville's made 8 turnovers, and they've given up 6 points off those turnovers. They're dominating the backboard. Louisville's offense, frankly, is not exactly flying either. They're just at 38%, but their defense for much of that first half has been outstanding.
Bulls at 28% from the field and 1 of 16 in threes. Louisville's made 7 of 15. Cards have out-rebounded them 23-15, and that is not insignificant.
You got to know your opponent, and as I said, both teams working hard for the scouting report, but this team has a lot of fouls. They get to the line a lot, and they also will foul you a lot because they play very high-risk defense. They go for steals, so you can't take just a simple pass, try and throw it quickly. You got to make sure you ball fake, move without the ball, get yourself free.
They average 9 steals a game and have had now, with today's game, 39 straight games with at least 5 steals. Cardinals have it in the front court. Here's McNeely at the top, guarded by Pinion. McNeely finds Woolley at the high left. Woolley searching, bluffs the pass, starts in, now drops it off to Roots. He's at the high left of the ball. He'll fire another 3, and that's way off. Air ball, and it's going to be saved inbounds by Frew, but he throws it in and loose, and it's recovered by them. Give it back into front court as Hightower comes up with it.
They were trying to set up a play of a lob for Frew, and they defended it perfectly.
Here's Hightower on the bounce, gives to Pinion. Pinion whips it off to Nelson. Layup too hard over the rim. Cards get it back. Into front court. Here's Roots. Roots out front to Conwell. Conwell backs away. Conwell throws on the right side to Woolley. Here's Woolley along the baseline. Cut off deep. Back out to Frew on the right. Gives to McNeely. McNeely steps to the side. Can't shoot. Gives to Frew. Goes and gets it from Frew. Shot clock under 10. McNeely hands the ball away into a crowd. That was a risky pass. Surrounded. They had Conwell surrounded, but they do deflect the ball out of bounds, and now this will be our under 4 timeout. And I think we need to throw a bonus break your way, stations, just to take a brief break here with Louisville still leading with 2:52 to play by a score of 30-20 over USF. This is Cardinal basketball from Learfield.
You know that sound anywhere. It's the crisp crunch of that first nacho chip. With its perfect cheese to sour cream ratio sitting atop a layer of delicious beans, it's a sip away from perfection. That's what we're looking for. Add a delicious, refreshing Pepsi and we've achieved absolute nacho nirvana. Because while you can pile those nachos high with every spicy, cheesy, savory topping, there's no topping a cool Pepsi finish. Nachos, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Louisville was founded in 1798, and we've been ruffling feathers ever since. Introducing 1798 Blonde Ale from Goodwood Brewing, the official craft beer of University of Louisville Athletics, and the unofficial beer of yelling, "That was a foul!" from your couch. Bold, crisp, and just spicy enough to make your rival's fight song sound like a lullaby. If the feathers ain't flying, you ain't trying. Goodwood Brewing, ruffling feathers since 1798, brewed to bring the heat and the winds.
Every Tuesday during basketball season, it's Louis Tuesday at Mike's Car Wash. Get $5 off Mike's top 2 washes. Mike's is open daily from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. Paul Rogers and Bob Valvano in Buffalo, New York, home of the NCAA East Region first and second rounds. Louisville leading 30-20 over South Florida with 2:52 to play in the half. After this, Michigan State and North Dakota State will play, and the two winners will be here on Saturday. Wouldn't mind getting another matchup with Michigan State. What a history these two have, Bob. Remember in 2009, Michigan State upset the #1 seed Louisville in the regional final in Indy. In 2012, Louisville upset the #1 seed Michigan State en route to an unexpected Final Four. And then in 2015, they met in a regional final in Syracuse, and Michigan State won that one in overtime.
Well, we'll have to get there first, but I guess Louisville fans can hope it's alternating. It would be their turn this time, so maybe it'll be that way. But they got work to do here today. This South Florida team, despite shooting 1 for 16 behind the three-point line, only finds themselves down 30-20. You could say only, but they're not exactly getting overwhelmed right now. They're just not making the shots they normally make. Louisville has had some interesting stats. You know the leading assist man for the Cards is Kobe Rogers. He's got 3 assists. And then DeFru. The big boys have come to play today. They got off to a great start with Zug. He had 3 rebounds in just 4 minutes. And then Frew has 7 rebounds so far in the game, and McNeely's made 3 threes. The turnovers hurting Louisville. They've got 8 first-half turnovers. They got to do better there.
Louisville has 8 assists. USF has only 2. That's what happens when you get cold shooting. Both these teams average about 17 assists per game. USF, one of the hottest teams in the country, 11 straight wins and 14 of their last 15. Cardinals will inbound the ball, and it's a weak pass that is stolen by Nelson, and he's a 3rd straight breakaway throwdown dunk by the Bulls. Just a lazy pass.
What is Conwell doing? My God, does he not watch the film on these guys?
Cards back into offensive court with a lead down to just 8 at 30-22. Conwell drives on, leaves it back outside to Frew. Conwell working around Frew, who protects the ball. Now puts it on the floor. He takes it in strong, misses, but he was fouled on his way to the hoop. So we got 2 free throws coming up. Foul was called on Isaiah Nelson. That is his 2nd. Frew at the free throw line shoots 63%.
That's our Toyota drive of the game, by the way. Good strong take by the big man. Brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. I don't mean to be harsh on players, but I could see Sittinghouse like, oh, they're going to, I thought they might trap the inbounds pass, but they're trying to get a steal here. And then he just floated it in. You just can't do that anywhere against this team.
Frew 2 points and 7 rebounds. Free throw short. The Cards have not been that good at the foul line today. They're now 3 out of 7. USF is 3 for 3. Frew has not been credited officially with a block. I thought he had a couple of them.
I thought he had 1 anyway, I remember.
Frew back at the strike for the 2nd try. And that one is good. Frew leaves, and Zugris, who started the game, checks back onto the floor. 31-22 Louisville. 2:26 to play. Here's Isaiah Jones returning. Jones, a senior for Nashville, Tennessee. Some outfield court pressure by Louisville. Now they do trap, but he passes out of it to Pinion. They'll run it into offensive court. Pinion attacks on Woolley, puts up a runner in close. It topples off the rim. And there's a strong rebound by Conwell, and gets it out to Hadley. Javon inside the arc on the left, sideways in across the lane, loses his balance, knocked down, and another loose ball picked up by South Florida. Hadley was getting some defensive resistance, but it really looked like he mostly just kind of lost his balance in the dribble.
10 turnovers now for the Cards. Layup. Oh, that guy's wide open.
They missed Hightower underneath. Jones did. Here's Pinion with the ball. Pinion throws it down inside to Jones. Turns in the lane. Kicks over to the left. Hightower along the lane. I think it was out of bounds when he caught it.
Oh, my favorite turnover. Thank you. We hadn't had one yet.
Sidelines remains undefeated. And Cards will get the ball on a turnover by USF. That is only their 5th. Again, as Bob said, 10 Louisville turnovers, and points off turnovers seem worse than they are. It's 8-6 in favor of USF, but they've had those flying slam dunks to punctuate them. Cardinals lead by 9. Conwell comes into front court with under 2 minutes to play. Rogers breaks out to get it, hands away to Woolley. Woolley drives into the circle, into the lane, wheels inside, pivots, throws it back out front to Frew. Over to Conwell, front right 3, no good. Rebound bad up in the air and in. Frew gets the tip, or excuse me, Zoo gets the tip in.
That was still good movement. I like that offense that time. Good ball movement, good player movement, good look by Conwell, just didn't get it to go.
Louisville 8-5 advantage on the offensive boards. That's one of the real strengths of USF. Here goes Ennis, pull up short jumper, that misses. Rebound to the floor. Ooh, a tie up, and it looked like Onoafu threw an elbow. Omajafo, I thought, threw an elbow, but I think he got the foul on Woolley. Second foul on Woolley. He and McNeely both with 2. McNeely waiting to check back in. That's a third, on Woolley. So Omajafu to the free throw line. 147 of 189 coming into this season. He's made both of his free throws. They have 3 players with over 160 free throw attempts. They attempt 20 a game, one of the highest totals in the country.
Those are the trendy shots in basketball now, threes and free throws, and this team lives on those 2.
There's his first one. He puts it in. They have attempted 900 three-pointers and 800 free throws. No team in Division I has put up that combination of numbers in 30 years. Second free throw coming up for Omajafu. Played at Robert Morris last year. Played in this tournament. Averages 11 points and 5 rebounds. 6'5" senior. The stripe again. Louisville 4 of 8 at the foul line. South Florida 4 of 4. Now 5 of 5 with that one. He's made 4 of those 5. And it is 33-24, nearing the 1-minute mark. Rogers in the front court. Lost an air dribble, but recovered it. Rogers getting some pressure from Hightower. Extends the arm toward him. Now they continue to bump each other. Gives it off to Hadley out front to Zugras. And then to Rogers from the right side. Rogers finds Hadley underneath, wide open for 2. That's another assist by Kobe.
That's a set play. Beautifully executed. Good movement.
It's Rogers' 3rd assist. Here's Brown attacking. Brown on Zugras. Leaves it off with a cutting along the lane. Hightower. He scores and was fouled by Zoo on the way to the hoop. So a 3-point play opportunity coming. Zugras commits his first foul. Hightower now with 4 points in the game and a free throw coming. Backup point guard shoots 69% of the line. Here's Isaiah Jones checking in, replacing Collins. Hightower, a freshman from Los Angeles, averages nearly 4 points per game, has 4, and going for point number 5 here. 35-26 Cards. 36 seconds to go in the half. Free throw good. They stay perfect. Louisville can't play out the half. There's about a 6-second difference. Rogers skips into front court. Kobe drives around Hightower, gets inside, fouled. Can't get the shot to go though, but he will get to at the free throw line and try and earn it there. Isaiah Jones with the foul. Kobe Rogers shoots 86% of the stripe. He has not scored in the game today, but always scrapping. He has 3 rebounds and 4 assists. Rogers, of course, who came to Louisville from Charleston with Pat Kelsey, but rehabbed an injured knee all of last season. Here's his free throw. Rolls in. Roots back in, replacing McNeely. And USF is going to spend a timeout with 26 seconds left. 36-27 Cardinals.
Every Cardinal who's played, which is 9, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they've all scored. Everybody with Rogers scoring in now, they've all scored. South Florida's only had 5 different guys score. Not that that necessarily matters, but they are getting productivity from everybody on the roster.
Louisville's largest lead was 14 points. It was 30-16. Leading currently by 9, 36-27. Both teams, high-scoring teams. USF averages 87 points per game, Louisville 85. Both teams good three-point shooting teams, but they've kind of forsaken the three-pointer lately here, Bob. After going 1 for 16, they've been able to attack the rim. Yeah. Turnovers help them do that.
Well, that's why they get to the line so much. They really drive it at you. Oh my goodness, there's 26 seconds left between Ohio State and TCU, and they are dead tied, 64. That's quite a ball game going on there.
Kobe Rogers with the second free throw coming up can put the lead back at 10, and he rolls it in. So plenty of time. Here comes C.J. Brown into offensive court. Hadley there to meet him. Brown still on the bounce. Hadley backs off a little bit. It's a 1-4 set. Everybody spread out along the foul line and wide of that. Shot clock now to 10. Here goes Enos. He gets it to the top left. Enos dribbles to the top, straight at long range. 5 to shoot. Enos pulls up a long 3 over Roots. No good. Rogers soars in for the rebound, and the half comes to an end. A few wobbly moments, but all in all, a good half for the Cardinals. 37-27. Louisville leads it at intermission over South Florida. William McDermott will take you through halftime. This is Louisville Cardinals basketball from Learfield.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Pro Rehab Physical Therapy can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 20 convenient locations across Kentuckiana, contact Pro Rehab Physical Therapy today at ProRehab.com to see a physical therapist. Pro Rehab Physical Therapy, a proud partner of the Louisville Cardinals and trusted choice for keeping Card fans in the game.
Kentucky is a place where business is fast, but the pace of life is just right. By working together, we've moved forward towards a brighter future. Now, we're looking at a new Kentucky, where good jobs and a good life are possible for everyone. Y'all interested? We don't blame you. See why our new Kentucky home is the best place to do business and live a good life at newkentuckyhome.ky.gov.
Louisville was founded in 1798, and we've been ruffling feathers ever since. Introducing 1798 Blonde Ale from Goodwood Brewing, the official craft beer of University of Louisville Athletics, and the unofficial beer of yelling, "That was a foul!" from your couch. Bold, crisp, and just spicy enough to make your rival's fight song sound like a lullaby. If the feathers ain't flying, you ain't trying. Goodwood Brewing, ruffling feathers since 1798, brewed to bring the heat and the winds.
This is your halftime report, sponsored by U of L Health Fraser Rehab Sports, official sports rehab provider of the Louisville Cardinals.
Halftime between Louisville and South Florida out in Buffalo, New York. First round NCAA tournament. East region, the 6 seed Cardinals lead it 37-27 over South Florida. Very dominant defensive first half for Louisville, holding the Bulls to just 29% shooting from the floor. South Florida just 1 of 17 from distance. Louisville, on the other hand, 7 of 17 from beyond the arc. So the Cardinals winning it from distance and also winning it, doing some of the gritty things, out rebounding South Florida 27-17, totaling 9 assists on 12 made field goals, as opposed to South Florida's 3, getting to the foul line for 10 free throw attempts to South Florida's 6. Every Cardinal that has touched the floor has scored, and while Louisville led by as many as 14, got down to 8 at one point late in the second half. Louisville really led throughout the majority of the first half. A couple notable statistics. Isaac McNeely leading the Cardinals with 11 points, 4 of 5 from the field. 3 triples for Isaac in 11 minutes. He does have 2 fouls. He's the only player across both teams in double figures. Also scoring for Louisville, Javon Hadley with 5 points. He's 2 of 3 from the floor, 4 rebounds for Javon. Ryan Conwell played all 20 first half minutes. Again, Louisville without starting point guard Michael Brown Jr. today, and really through the first weekend of the NCAA tournament. Conwell, they'll need him. He honestly struggled in the first half, but did some good things defensively. 3 turnovers, just 1 of 8 from the field for Conwell. But this has been one of those games where everybody on the roster has contributed. They've gotten 7 rebounds off the bench from Sananda Frew in 11 minutes. Kobe Rogers had a really nice close to the half. He has 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals in 10 minutes, being a plus-minus of +9. So everybody on the roster for Louisville has contributed. And when it comes to South Florida, the foul trouble and lack of shooting has hurt them. Wes Enos, their leading scorer, coming in. Louisville's done a good job on him. He has 2 fouls, just 2 points, 1 of 8 shooting from the floor. And then the American Conference Player of the Year, Isaiah Nelson, leads them with 7 points, 3 of 6 shooting. The 6'10" big man also with 2 rebounds in 15 minutes. One thing for Louisville, you can't have the 10 first half turnovers. South Florida able to capitalize 8 points off of those. And if it weren't for Louisville holding South Florida under 30% from the floor and just 1 of 17 from beyond the arc, this would be closer than a 10-point game. Cards lead at 37-27 at halftime out in Buffalo, New York. William McDermott taking you through halftime. This is Louisville Cardinals basketball from Learfield.
With the money they saved and earned by enrolling in LG&E and KU's new energy efficiency programs like Online Marketplace and Bring Your Own Thermostat, Frank was able to buy a pygmy goat. Sheila got bagpipes. Harry bought 10 pounds of Monk's Head cheese. Christy learned the Watusi and the Macarena. And Bruce, he bought a bicycle. Because he's just out there. Sign up now to earn money and save for whatever you're into. Visit lge-ku.com/save.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Jefferson County Public Schools is looking for exceptional teachers like you. Make a profound impact on thousands of students in our community, building the foundation for their success, whether on the field, in the lab, or in life. At JCPS, you'll find a supportive team, opportunities to grow your skills, and the incredible reward of fostering the next generation of Louisville's finest. Answer the call. Learn more and apply today at jefferson.kyschools.us. Coach, inspire, and shape the future with JCPS.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Louisville. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Hadley, long lead pass. Rogers catches it, throws it back out to McNeely for a three. Good! He was knocked down, no call. But McNeely puts in his fifth point, his first second three for the Cardinals. They lead 10-7.
Louisville got off to a quick start against South Florida, 37-27. The halftime lead. Cardinals lead it in Buffalo. Isaac McNeely, you heard one of his 3 triples there. He leads all scorers with 11 points, 4 of 5 shooting in 11 minutes. Every Cardinal who has seen the floor has scored. Louisville also holding South Florida under 30% shooting and just 1 of 17 from distance for the Bulls. Elsewhere in the first round of the NCAA tournament, there's already been a game finished today. TCU and Ohio State. The Horned Frogs get it done. They really led wire to wire and held off a late Buckeyes push. 66-64 in Greenville. TCU now will likely play Duke or the winner of Duke and Siena later still to come at 3 o'clock on Saturday. High Point and Wisconsin. This is a good one, a 5-12 matchup out in the West region, and 39-39, all tied up with 27 seconds to go in the first half. Troy and Nebraska. This was one that many people picked as their 4-13 upset. Troy, though, not going to get it done. 73-47, the Cornhuskers in front of a nice crowd lead it with 2 minutes and 56 seconds to go. Still to come later today, Michigan State and North Dakota State in Buffalo following the conclusion of South Florida and Louisville. Then it'll be North Carolina and VCU after that Duke-Siena game. McNeese and Vanderbilt also will tip off around the same time. And lots of action these next 4 days. It's the best college basketball time of the year. And really, if you're a college basketball fan, there is no better time than this weekend. And Louisville looking for its first NCAA tournament win since 2017. They are now in back-to-back NCAA tournaments for the first time since 2014 and 15 as well. Pat Kelsey has still not won an NCAA tournament game as a head coach. Some of the other games still on the docket. Michigan and Howard, that's the 116 in the Midwest region, Texas A&M and St. Mary's. That's the 7-10 game in the South, where the winner will take on Houston or Idaho. That's the latest game to tip off tonight at 10:10. Gonzaga, Kennesaw State just before that, as the 3-seed, 14-seed game in the West region. That winner of the Michigan-Howard game will play St. Louis or Georgia. That game at 9:45. The 8-9 game in the Midwest, at Pennsylvania and Illinois for the 3 and 13 in the South region. That's at 9:25. Texas, BYU at 7:20. Arkansas, Hawaii at 4:25. Excuse me. And again, the current scores: Nebraska over Troy, Wisconsin over High Point by 2 at halftime. TCU just recently beat Ohio State 66-64. And then Louisville leads South Florida 37-27 at the break. Throughout the year, Prairie Farms is proud to partner with the Louisville Cardinals to showcase the standout student athletes over the past 7 days of competition through the Prairie Farms Student Athlete of the Week award. Follow the Cardinals on Facebook or X to cast your vote for this week's Prairie Farm Student Athlete of the Week. Louisville, despite 10 turnovers, South Florida has been able to capitalize for 8 points off of them. Still lead South Florida by 10, all Cardinals through the first half in Buffalo. Still more to come on the U of L Health Fraser Rehab Sports Halftime Report. This is Cardinal Basketball from Learfield.
You know that sound anywhere. It's the crisp crunch of that first nacho chip. With its perfect cheese to sour cream ratio sitting atop a layer of delicious beans, it's a sip away from perfection. That's what we're looking for. Add a delicious, refreshing Pepsi and we've achieved absolute nacho nirvana. Because while you can pile those nachos high with every spicy, cheesy, savory topping, there's no topping a cool Pepsi finish. Nachos, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Kentucky is a place where business is fast, but the pace of life is just right. By working together, we've moved forward towards a brighter future. Now, we're looking at a new Kentucky, where good jobs and a good life are possible for everyone. Y'all interested? We don't blame you. See why our new Kentucky home is the best place to do business and live a good life at newkentuckyhome.ky.gov.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Pro Rehab Physical Therapy can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 20 convenient locations across Kentuckiana, contact Pro Rehab Physical Therapy today at ProRehab.com to see a physical therapist. Pro Rehab Physical Therapy, a proud partner of the Louisville Cardinals and trusted choice for keeping Card fans in the game.
Louisville doing a great job on the boards against a very strong rebounding team. Although here's a long three out front. Khalifa got it! Ali an assist now and a three. And Louisville leads at 22-11. 8.5 minutes to go in the half.
Ali Khalifa, just 4 minutes and 3 points. Louisville leads South Florida 37-27 through the first half. And lowest minute total for Louisville thus far has been Ali Khalifa, but he's contributed. You heard that three he hit there. He's had a couple nice assists and passes, and up and down the roster, Louisville getting contributions, especially off of the bench. The Cardinals have 11 bench points to South Florida 7. They have been the more physical and dominant team on the glass as well. 27 rebounds to South Florida 17. 8 of those have been offensive. 10 second chance points for Louisville to South Florida's 4. And the Cardinals also have a block and 3 steals. So really defensively, Louisville has played one of its better halves of the season. This South Florida team can really score it. They've held leading scorer Wes Enos in check. He just has 2 points, 1 of 8 from the floor, 0 of 6 from distance, and 2 personal fouls. And for as hard as Ryan Conwell has been working on the defensive end on Wes Enos, it'd be good to have him make a shot from distance. 0 of 5 from beyond the arc. Still 5 points for Conwell in playing all 20 first half minutes. Isaac McNeely does lead all scorers with 11 points. He made 3 of his 4 attempts from beyond the arc. And as I stated, every Cardinal who saw the floor in the first half has scored. Kenai Roots hit a 3. Kobe Rogers 2 free throws. Zurgis, that weird tip in, also 4 rebounds by him. Sananda Frew has 3 points, has gotten to the foul line, and leads the team with 7 rebounds in 11 minutes. Just a total team effort where Louisville hopes to keep it going and move on to the second round of the NCAA tournament and live to see another day by playing Michigan State or North Dakota State on Saturday up in Buffalo. That's going to do it for halftime. As again, the score, Louisville 37, South Florida 27. Coming up, second half out in Buffalo. Paul Rogers, Bob Valvano will have it the rest of the way. I've been William McDermott. This has been the U of L Health Fraser Recap Sports Halftime Report, and this is Louisville Cardinals basketball from Learfield.
Hey, Cards fans, it's late in the game and you need a bucket. So call the law firm that's got the other side's playbook. This is Tony Collier with the Collier Law Firm. I spent years working for the insurance companies, and I know they try to yell no foul. Let the Collier Law Firm draw up a play that will win you what you deserve. Don't leave the game in someone else's hands. When it's on the line, call your law firm, the Collier Law Firm, and go Cards.
Hey there, Cardinals fans. Your home deserves top-tier care and attention. That's why you can count on Southern Roofing and Renovations, your trusted local roofing expert. From the moment they arrive to the final inspection, Southern Roofing provides a guided experience from start to finish. Whether it's a quick repair or a full roof replacement, they've got you covered with the dedication and quality you can rely on. Visit SouthernRNR.com and see the Southern difference for yourself.
Hungry for made-from-scratch food? From hand-cut steaks to fall-off-the-bone ribs, Texas Roadhouse has something for everyone. Visit TexasRoadhouse.com and download the Texas Roadhouse mobile app to add your name to the wait list or place it to go order online. Fresh baked bread and honey cinnamon butter await. Texas Roadhouse is a proud sponsor of U of L Athletics. Legendary food, legendary service. Texas Roadhouse. Go Cards!
Woolley drives into the circle, into the lane, wheels inside, pivots, throws it back out front to Frew. Over to Conwell, front right 3, no good. Rebound band up in the air and in. Frew gets the tip, Zoo gets the tip in. Rogers in the front court, lost an air dribble but recovered it. Rogers getting some pressure from Hightower, extends the arm toward him. Now they continue to bump each other, comes off to Hadley out front to Zubers. And then to Rogers to the right side. Rogers finds Hadley underneath, wide open for 2. That's another assist by Kobe. Sparked by Kobe Rogers, the Louisville Cardinals have a 10-point halftime lead, 37-27. Vigalis Zugras started the game again today. He wound up playing, let me check his minutes here, 5 minutes, had 2 points and 4 rebounds. Kobe Rogers, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a 10-point lead for the Cardinals at halftime. Bob, in spite of the fact that they were a little lazy with the basketball, in fact, 3 of Louisville's 10 turnovers committed by Ryan Conwell. Conwell and Rogers each had Louisville at +7 while they were on the floor in that first half.
Let's not kid ourselves. They did a lot of good things. I mean, the rebounding was exceptional, 27-17 against a very good rebounding team. Defense was extraordinary, held them to 29% shooting and 6% shooting behind the three-point line. But it's easy to say, hey, make fewer turnovers. What does that mean? That's not coaching, that's just observing. I would say, watching them, the 2 areas they got in trouble with was, 1, they kept taking the ball into trouble. When you play a team that you know is trying to get turnovers, you can't actively take the ball into trouble. You can't take it into a double team and dribble behind your back. You can't take it to the lane and then pull your dribble up when you get double teamed and then try and throw it back out. They had 2 passes stolen that way. And the other thing is you got to have situational awareness. When you're inbounding the ball on the sideline, that's a primary spot for a team to look for steals. And they had the lazy inbounds pass off the sideline. They made a turnover. That could decide a game late. Now, let's hope that Louisville's ahead by a comfortable enough margin where it doesn't matter, but if that's what it comes down to, you need to be prepared for those things. Don't take the ball into trouble and have situational awareness, and don't let them get easy buckets, because without those baskets off the steals, Paul, good Lord, they would have been lucky to have 20 points that half. They really struggled with their offense.
Yeah, South Florida had 7 steals in the game. They averaged 9. As I mentioned, they've now had 39 straight games with at least 5 steals. But defensively, Louisville held them to .771 points per possession at 1 of 17 and 3-point field goals. The only double-figure score in the game is Isaac McNeely. He has 11 points. He was 4 of 5 from the field and 3 of 4 in threes. Louisville made 7 of their 17 3-point field goals. Nelson had 7 points to lead them. Omajafo did have 6 rebounds to go with his 6 points. Louisville has a bunch of guys with 4 and 7 rebounds for Frew, who also added 3 points in that first half. 20 minutes to go. Louisville looking for its first NCAA tournament win since 2017. They won their first round game in was that Indianapolis? I'm trying to remember. I can't even remember who they beat in the first round. I know they lost to Michigan in the second round and have not won since.
Well, the big men came to play today for Louisville. I'll say that. They've all played with a fierce sense of determination. Zug has 4 rebounds in 5 minutes. Khalifa's got an assist in his 4 minutes doing what he does. Frew, 7 rebounds in 11 minutes. Those guys have come ready to play and have a presence around the basket, and I don't think that's insignificant at all.
USF came into this game second highest rebounding total in the country, 42 rebounds per game. And Louisville, as you pointed out rebounded them in that first half, 27-17. And they averaged 15.5 offensive rebounds per game. And on the offensive glass, Louisville actually were 2 better, 8-6. Second chance points, 10-4 for the Cardinals. So, as you said, a lot of things are doing well. If they can just cut back the turnovers a little bit, I think the Cards will be in great shape, assuming the game continues the same way it did in the first half. And gee, how often does that happen?
Well, interesting. Going to get a change in the starting lineup here for the second half. Kobe Rogers is going to get the start. Wooley's got foul trouble, all right? He's got 3 fouls, so they're going to let Kobe get the go, and he gave him a lot of good minutes in the first half. Not a lot of points. He had the 2 free throws, but very good floor game.
Louisville has the first possession of the second half. Cards shot 40%, USF just 29%. And Louisville will be in front of us in the second half of play as Rogers finds Hadley out of the top. Gives out front to Zugras. Zugras finds the left wing to Conwell. Down low left to Hadley on Pinion. Come with a little bit of help to a foul line jumper. Zugras, just missed it off the front of the rim. I told him yesterday he'd just shoot more.
Okay, well, maybe that's why he did. Maybe that's why he told the coach, run that play for me.
I did preface it with, I'm not the coach, but here's a good backdoor cut underneath, and Pinion missed the shot.
Look,
good challenge late by Hadley, and Zoo is there to collect the rebound.
What a rebound.
Hadley under some pressure from Pinion, runs him into a Zugras screen. He falls down, feeds Zugras, attacks the rim. Reverse layup by the nimble-footed Vagalis Zugras for his 4 points.
Taking both shots this half. He's taking your advice to heart.
Here's a pass down, and there's Nelson for a throwdown. They're winning the dunk contest today. Cards retaliate quickly, though. Here's Rogers out top. Kobe stops there, gives over to Conwell. Conwell up front, backs away. It's 39-29. Conwell finds a path to the basket. Easy layup.
I don't know why sometimes I guess maybe it was Isaac in the corner, so nobody came to help. They're afraid he's going to kick it out.
Just a second field goal for Conwell, and it's a 12-point lead, 41-29. There goes Enos, hooks it back out to the top. Little contact from Kobe Rogers on Brown, and Kobe excavated his second foul.
Well, it looks like they've been kind of struggling, Louisville, a little bit of late, and yet their largest lead was just 14. Right. It's 12 now, so they're actually doing a good job of something I said early in the year. They sometimes had trouble with trading punches. They've been trading punches pretty well
for the last 8
minutes.
30-16 at one point. It's 41-29 now, up to 12 as they inbound the ball and get it to Nelson, the top left. Zuger comes out to crowd him. Now he tries to drive on Zoo, holds his ground. Nelson feeds it off along the baseline, and there goes Brown. Ooh, turned back quickly the other way and put it up and in. First 2 for him.
Clever shot.
His first 2, he averages 11. Here's Conwell down low left, out front to Zugras. Zoo gives it off to Conwell, leans down into the lane, gets him fairly deep. Pivots and throws back out front to McNeely. McNeely skips to the left, finds Zugras. Nope, intercepted by Pinion, who came across in front to intercept the pass. There goes Brown, slashes to the rim, layup good.
That only shows his second turnover, but I remember at least 3. He's having a rough floor game.
Here's Rogers back into front court. Louisville's lead is at 8. 41-33 early second half. Hadley now with the ball. And a timeout called by Pat Kelsey. So this will be a full timeout. You know, you can listen to us while synced up to your TV. Our audio matches the sound, matches the TV video. Works out great. Go to syncmygame.com and find out how. 41-33 Cards, 17-39 to play in the game. This is Louisville basketball from Learfield.
You know that sound anywhere. It's the crisp crunch of that first nacho chip. With its perfect cheese to sour cream ratio sitting atop a layer of delicious beans, it's a sip away from perfection. That's what we're looking for. Add a delicious, refreshing Pepsi and we've achieved absolute nacho nirvana. Because while you can pile those nachos high with every spicy, cheesy, savory topping, there's no topping a cool Pepsi finish. Nachos, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Thinking about digging, planting a tree, putting up a fence? Hold that shovel. Before you break ground, head to Kentucky811.org or call 811. It's quick, it's free, and yep, it's the law. Submit your request online or call before you dig. Member utility pros will mark where the underground lines are. Don't risk the injury, service outages, penalties, or costly repairs. Safety is in your hands. 811 before you dig. Sponsored by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Pro Rehab Physical Therapy can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 20 convenient locations across Kentuckiana, contact Pro Rehab Physical Therapy today at ProRehab.com to see a physical therapist. Pro Rehab Physical Therapy, a proud partner of the Louisville Cardinals and trusted choice for keeping Card fans in the game.
Progressive Commercial Insurance protects small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. Paul Rogers and Bobby V in Buffalo. The South Florida Bulls have actually outscored Louisville by 2 to start the second half, 6-4. Pat Kelsey called the timeout. Louisville leads 41-33 with 17:39 to go. Bob is smiling because Nebraska got its first ever NCAA tournament win, the only Power 4 school who had been still winless. Fred Hoiberg, a very popular man. I got to tell you, Bob, way back years ago, I wasn't even doing Louisville games yet. I was broadcasting some NCAA tournament games for the old CBS radio, and I did an Iowa State game down in Tallahassee against, I think, North Carolina. And Hoiberg played on that team, and they called him the mayor. Everybody loved Fred Hoiberg, and I know you would vote for him as well.
Oh, yeah, he's known as the mayor, as you said, and with good reason. He's a fine coach, was a great player, and he's a good guy. And Nebraska, that's why I'm more for him than Nebraska is. But Nebraska, as you said, they never won one, and he's the guy that breaks the spell, adds to his legacy. Good for him. Happy for him.
Didn't they start off the season something like 20-0 and only won a bunch to start, and then kind of went back and forth.
Went from like a very inconsequential player to like the second team all-conference, which is another great story. The kid wasn't even expecting it.
Cardinal basketball comes into play to Conwell. Louisville right in front of us, going to the right. Conwell finds Hadley, the top left. Immediately comes to take it, and then gives it quickly off to Conwell. Drives to the rim. Inside, puts it up, and good.
Nice set play. Usually his after timeouts involve a lot of like off a screen three-pointers, so he spread the defense out and just let Ryan take it to the goal.
Conwell with 9, and it's 43-33 Louisville. Here's Nelson out high with the ball, gives off to Pinion, whips it down off to Nelson, floating jumper in the lane, bounces off, and there's Zoo to secure the rebound. Feeds ahead to Conwell, accelerates into the lane, goes behind the back and gets in trouble, but does draw a foul. He got away with it.
Exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe the worst place on the floor to put it behind your back, but as you said, he's very athletic, and he did get away with it. He'll go to the line.
Third foul on Ennis. Conwell can hit double figures for the 15th time this year if he makes this free throw. Ennis, by the way, committed the foul, has 2 points. Has made a 3 in every game this year. Does not have one yet today. Conwell gets his 10th point at the free throw line. Ennis 107 threes this season. Free throw rims out that time. Ennis also, by the way, has been over 20 in 6 of the last 7, then held to 2 so far in this game. And here comes Brown in the front court with Louisville's lead back at 11, 44-33. Nelson gives it off to Enos, and he is fouled as he comes over the top by Zugras. Second foul on Zoo. Got a kick out of talking to him yesterday, admitting that he really didn't quite have a concept of what this whole thing was about, coming from Greece, and learned as he went along, and really buying into it now. He goes to the bench, replaced by Frew.
Well, Frew gave them such good minutes in the first half. That's a good sign. The big guy's playing well.
And bounce pass comes near midcourt to Nelson. Nelson hands it away to Brown. Here's a three. Ennis missed another one. Hadley claims the rebound. Enos is 0 for 6. Here underneath, there's a shot missed, put up and in, though. Woolley missed it, but there was Frew to tap it back in.
Frew, he's got his, I don't know what the Germans drink to get energy, but whatever it is, he drank it.
Here comes Pinion with the ball. Fakes Conwell in the air, gets in close and takes a bump. Frew tried to go straight up, but kind of tried to, he didn't, and tried to fake like he did. And Frew commits the foul. That's his first. Big game for Frew today with 5 points and 8 rebounds.
Boy, that tip was a really significant play because Louisville got the rebound, went down the floor, and he's the big guy. He raced down the floor. Love big guys that run, and he got in there to follow the Woolley miss.
Here's Pinion at the stripe with just 5 points. He hits the free throw. He's a 78% free throw shooter. He didn't have a three-pointer in the conference championship game. First time this year that's happened to him. He was hampered by foul trouble in that game. They defeated Charlotte in the American Conference title game last week. Free throw good. That one for his 7th point. And it is 46-35 Louisville. Frew stops before midcourt, gives it off to Hadley. Hadley has it up top, defended by Omajafo. Now Conwell out front. Woolley runs across, gets it, returns it to Conwell. Enos falls down, so Conwell fires and buries a three. First three for Conwell, his 106th this year, and Louisville leads 49-35, equaling their biggest lead that they held in the first half. Here's Nelson out top with it. Pinion takes it from him, juggles it when he went in the air, then tries to throw it inside, and it's intercepted by Conwell. Lead pass to Hadley. Javon, layup, good.
Beautiful pass. Great look ahead by Conwell.
Here's Brown in the front court. Nelson attacks the rim and runs over Frew, and it is
a charge.
It is a charge or not?
Yeah.
That sure looked like it. Haven't seen the sign, but yes, it is. Offensive foul will get us to a timeout. So Louisville hits a hot spot just when USF was making a move, and now the Cards go in with a 14-point lead. A 16-point lead at 51-35, 15-32 to play. We'll be back. This is Cardinal basketball from Learfield.
Here's Tom Drexler.
This is Tom Drexler with Tom Drexler Plumbing, Air, and Electric. Proud supporter of the Louisville Cardinals. Just like the Cards, we believe in being the best. That's why only the best technicians wear the Tom Drexler uniform. I promise you will be a fan of our upfront pricing and clean professional service. For all of your plumbing, heating and cooling, or electrical needs, make the right call. Dial 1 Tom Drexler.
Call the plumber whose name is his number. Call the plumber whose name is his number.
Dial 1 Tom Drexler, that's his number. Yeah.
Cards fans, playing in the ACC takes grit and determination with a reliable team backing you up. Same goes for your trash service. That's why so many rely on Rumpke Waste and Recycling. We've been in the game for more than 90 years, and our playbook is all about dependable service. Need an open-top dumpster for a job site? A container for your business? Trash and recycling service at your home? There's only one team, Rumpke. Learn more and start service today at rumpke.com. Rumpke, waste and recycling done right.
Zaxby's just put all the other chicken chains on notice because now they got dry rubs. You can get their famous fingers and wings in 3 signature flavors: zesty lemon pepper, savory garlic parm, and spicy Nashville hot, which means there's a little something for everyone chasing a bold hit of flavor. If you've been sleeping on Zaxby's, this new dry rub menu is about to wake you up. Zaxby's dry rubs. Try all 3 flavors before they're gone. Who's got the sauce? Zaxby's.
When the Cards win, you win with half-off pizza from Papa John's. The day after a Louisville men's or women's basketball victory, you get 50% off any pizza at the regular menu price. Use code CARDSWIN to redeem at participating Louisville area Papa John's locations. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Well, the Cards have come out on a 14-8 run to start the second half, and they extended the lead with 15:32 to play. It's 51-35 Louisville. Great answer for the Cards when it looked like USF was about to mount a little mini run of their own just a little while ago, Bob.
Yeah, they're doing it the way they have done it all night. Their defense, they're doing a great job on the backboard. Again, 31-19 edge there, and then good balance. Everybody, it's like a giant beef stew. Everybody putting into the pot here. Guys contributing. I just, it's time to sing his praise a little bit, because Javon Hadley rarely does something where you just go, wow, but he's always there. You trust him with anything. You trust him handling the ball. You trust him taking a big shot. You trust him hitting a three. You trust him going to the glass and rebounding. Classic game for him. He's 3 of 4, 7 points, 5 rebounds, has an assist. He just gives you a solid, hard effort at both ends every single night.
1 3-point field goal attempt, and he made it. He's the best percentage 3-point shooter on the team, even though that was only his 37th make this year. Cardinal ball. Looks like some full court pressure coming from the Bulls. Hadley will inbound the ball, and he finds McNeely just beside the circle. McNeely returns it to Woolley, and he'll bring it up on Brown. Woolley getting some pressure from Brown, but gets it safely in the front court. Hadley takes it now. Went for a steal. They didn't get it. Frew has it. Kicks over on the right to Woolley. Back out front to Frew. Woolley tries to go in, give it to Hadley instead of the top right. Shot clock at 8. McNeely has it now. McNeely hooks it past to Conwell. Can't shoot a three. Steps to the side. Does and buries it.
Well, he's heating up now, and that's a nice little two-man game between McNeely and Conwell. But set up by good ball movement, good player movement.
16 for Hadley, and it's 54-35. Here's Nelson inside, and he'll throw that one down two-handed. That's 10 for him. Player of the year offensively and defensively in the conference this season. Conwell weaves his way into offensive court. Conwell dribbling out at the top. Defended by Enos. Extends the arm toward Conwell. Gives it off. Gets it back from Woolley. Over to the left. Comes out front. That pass out of a double team. Left sideline. McNeely. Oh, my goodness. Buried a three with a quick catch and pivot and shoot.
Well, they're all starting to feel it now. That was one of the harder threes of the night. It was nothing but net. Didn't even touch the rim.
4th three for him, and the lead is 20, 57-37 with 12 to go now. Looked at the wrong clock. Here's Nelson out front, defended by Frew. Hands it away to Pinion. Pinion stops. Conwell tight on him, 6 to shoot. There goes Enos to the foul line, kicks to the right. Another three with Nelson. They'll let him shoot those, and he missed it. Nelson isn't bashful about shooting really, but he's 14%. But when he's open, he tends to shoot them. And the Cards are okay with that. Here goes Woolley, starts to attack, backs away. Over on the high left to Conwell. Conwell standing on the left side on Nelson. Conwell now drives, runs into traffic. No foul call, and he missed the shot.
Not a good possession. Everybody stood and watched him.
There's a pass into, throws an elbow. It's going to be a foul, I think, on Omajafo, or nope. He did kind of throw an elbow, but he was fouled first by Hadley. So Hadley picks up just his first foul. 57-37 lead for the Cardinals. 13:30 to play. Louisville led by 10 at the half and has outscored them by 10 here in the opening segments of the second half. USF to inbound in left front court. Pass comes near midcourt to Enos. Enos drops it off to Jones. There comes Enos around to get it from him again. Enos drives in on Hadley. It's underneath. Put in a layup.
That's how he scored his 2 baskets. Both drives to the bucket.
So the lead is at 18, 57-39. Here's Kobe Rogers on bounce. To Hightower, drives to the rim, layup, bounces in for Kobe. What a game he's having. They attack at the other end quickly, though. Hightower misses a shot. There's another rebound by Frew. Comes out himself on the dribble. Pass off to Woolley. Kicks right corner. Hadley out front. McNeely open three. Yes! Oh, the Cards are scorching. 17 points for McNeely. He has made 5 of 6 3-point field goals and a timeout called by South Florida. Louisville leads at 62-39 with 12:50 to play. The Cards have made 11 of 21 threes. They have made 1 of 19 threes. Louisville has made 10 or more threes a number of times this year. 25th time they have made at least 10 3-point field goals in a game.
That was a beautiful possession. It involved, that's what I'm talking about. Everybody involved. Great rebound by Frew. He made the outlet pass to Woolley. Actually, he took a couple of dribbles himself, but then was smart enough not to take it into trouble. Woolley took it down the middle, threw it to the corner. It came from the corner. They ran at the corner man, who I think was Kobe Rogers, and he found McNeely on the wing, and when he's that open, you can bet the mortgage on that, and he knocked it down, and that was a Gorgeous possession. Great defense, good rebound, great spacing on the break, unselfish play, good ball movement. That was Louisville basketball the way Pat Kelsey has wanted them to play it all year long.
Cards have made 7 of the last 8. They're up to 51%. And here comes USF. It was 1 of 19 in three-point field goals. Here's Pinion out front for a 3. Knocked it down. Finally, his second 3. Hit one early on. It's his 10th point.
That was just a simple flip, dribble, rub.
Ooh, here's a pass that is caught by McNeely. Feeds through, charges underneath, and Jones fouls him. Boy, Frew, he is a load when he comes at full speed through there.
He was winding up, too. When he caught it, he had one thought on his mind. I'm going to dunk the daylights out of this.
Frew will get 2 free throws. Cards are just 7 of 12 at the free throw line, while South Florida has made all 8 of theirs. But the fact that Louisville has that many more attempts is pretty unusual. You don't get that often against the Bulls. Frew, 5 points, 9 rebounds in the game. Free throw, ribs out. Roots comes off the bench to check in.
He gave him some good minutes. He shot an air ball out of bounds, but other than that, he made a 3, and he gave him some good minutes.
He's going to send Hadley to the bench. Frew will attempt his second free throw. The 6'11 junior from Berlin, Germany. Hits that one. So he's 2 for 4 at the stripe. Louisville has the full court pressure on. A trap in the corner, but they pass up the sideline. Juggled, but picked up by Jones. And they run it ahead in the front court. Hightower throws the right. Pinion again. Blocked by Frew. Taken down underneath, though, by them, and then they throw it away. Rebound of the block shot was caught there by Jones, and he tried to throw it out the perimeter. There was nobody there.
Great. What an effort by Sonata. This is, you know, obviously at this time of year, I'm bouncing back and forth. I mean, these are national games, so I haven't seen every game. But, Paul, this looks like as good a game as he's played in a long time, in my opinion. He's really been active.
He's been very active, playing with great energy, which helps any player anytime. And they've gone to a 1-3-1 zone, it looks like. McNeely at the top, now to Woolley. Woolley over to McNeely at the high left. Back out front to Woolley. Slips over to the right side and lost the ball. Here comes Enos down court. Bounce pass across. There's Pinion with a lunging layup.
That's what I'm talking about, situation awareness. As soon as they change a defense, take a bad shot, but don't get no shot.
63-44. Woolley gives to McNeely. Back out front again to Woolley. Cards have turned the ball over 12 times. So just two in the second half so far. Here's Roots with it. Out again to McNeely out front. A 3 from there. Nope. Frew, a big boy rebound. Roots, I should say. Kicks out the left. Rogers fakes. Kobe leaves it out front. McNeely sidesteps defender and knocks down another 3. His 6th of the game. 20 points for McNeely. Hightower works it ahead on the bounce. Hightower throw over to the right to Pinion. Drives base on McNeely. Puts one up in close and comes off. And there's McNeely to collar the rebound. Louisville leads at 66-44. Left side, Kenai Roots with the ball. Roots out front of McNeely. Another one. Nope.
He thought he made it. That was deep. He was at 8 feet behind the line.
He thought he might have been fouled on it. They've got it in the front court. Here's Hightower. Leaves it up front. Gets it right back on the return from Jones. Jones at the high left. Pinion has it again. Pinion. Pick down left corner. There's a 3. That misses by Jones. Rogers fighting for the rebound. Ball knocked to the floor. Kobe dives on top of Nelson to try and get it. It is a jump ball. The arrow to Louisville. Look at Kobe Rogers in there mixing it up again. Sorry.
Arrows
I was looking for the arrow on the scoreboard on the monitor, and they didn't have it.
It's right at the table.
Across. We're going to get to a timeout. 66-44 with 10:33 left to play. Louisville leads it over South Florida. We'll be back to Buffalo. This is Cardinal basketball from Learfield.
The U of L Health, orthopedics, and sports medicine experts get you back in the game of life faster. We lead the state in robotic procedures that minimize pain and recovery time. Our high-level care and customized surgeries treat everything from shoulders to toes, including spines. And as the official medical team for U of L Athletics, we give that same VIP care to every patient. That's the power of you. Visit uoflhealth.org.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Ugh! I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
Louisville was founded in 1798, and we've been ruffling feathers ever since. Introducing 1798 Blonde Ale from Goodwood Brewing, the official craft beer of University of Louisville Athletics, and the unofficial beer of yelling, "That was a foul!" from your couch. Bold, crisp, and just spicy enough to make your rival's fight song sound like a lullaby. If the feathers ain't flying, you ain't trying. Goodwood Brewing, ruffling feathers since 1798, brewed to bring the heat and the winds.
Paul Rogers and Bobby V in Buffalo. The Louisville Cardinals with a 22-point lead over South Florida, 66-44. I mentioned earlier the one thing USF is winning is the dunk contest, Bob. They're 5 for 5. Louisville is 1 for 1. But 3-point shooting, Louisville 12 of 24, while USF is 2 out of 22. Cardinals done a great job on the boards against one of the best rebounding teams in the country. 35-23 on the rebounding, including 10-8, a slight edge offensive rebounding, and that's where USF is really at its strongest.
Second chance points, Louisville 15, South Florida 4. Between that and the three-point shooting, that's how you get a one-sided game like this. And Louisville, South Florida second half actually shooting respectably about 47%, but Louisville sizzling 68%, and from behind the three-point line 71%. So they are just, it's one of those anything you can do, we can do better nights, and that's a good sign for the Cards.
Isaac McNeely has 20 points. He's made 7 of 10 shots and 6 of 9 three-point field goals. I love Kobe Rogers' line, Bob. 4 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. He's been a defensive pest as usual.
When you see a guy play like that, you know why a coach has a certain affinity for him, because he knows he's going to get a whole floor game from the guy. He's not going to just have his whole fate decided by if his first shot goes in or not.
South Florida possession at their end of the floor. 10:33 to play, 22-point lead. Louisville's outscored them 29-17 after leading by 10 at the half. Inbounds pass comes to the corner. Pinion's three. Got it. Man, that was a pressure shot. He earned that one. He's got 15 now. That's his third three. Here's Woolley behind the back to avoid Hightower. Woolley pivots, bounce out front to Khalifa. Ollie, double team, avoids the defenders. Now hands it off to Woolley. Bounces to the foul circle, gets it right back from Hadley. Bounces right corner. Here's Roots. Drives along the baseline, keeps going, puts it up and in, blocked away, but that'll be a goaltending call on Nelson. Kanai Roots gets his 5th point of the game.
They say the game gets slower for you with experience. That was good, because Kanai had it in the corner. In the past, he might have just gone willy-nilly and gotten out of control. Instead, he read the defense, saw that he had the baseline, but couldn't go up on the strong side, so he went up on the opposite side and got the bucket.
Louisville is shooting 70% in the second half, 12 of 17. Full court pressure for the Cards. The inbounds pass comes to Nelson out near midcourt. Gives to Pinion, back to Nelson, attacks the rim, lays it in, and a blocking foul called on Khalifa. So Nelson puts in his 12th point. Khalifa commits his first foul. And Nelson will go to the free throw line, where South Florida has made all 8 of their foul shots. Louisville has made 8 as well, but in 14 attempts.
Boy, that's such a hard call. It's a good call as I watch the replay. Ollie moving a little bit to his left.
Nelson puts in the free throw. They stay perfect. He's 2 for 2, 14 points for him. Averages 15 and 9.5 rebounds. Getting a foul.
Very fortunate again. Taking it into trouble, awfully cavalierly. It's hard to convince guys sometimes their best interest to go backwards, to just dribble back 4 or 5 feet, create some space.
That foul was called on Jones.
That's 4, I think, isn't it?
I had him for 4, but the monitor says 3. So we'll have to check on that. They're back in the zone. Woolley at the top of it. Woolley out top, bounces right in the middle to Roots, but swatted away. Again, alert play defensively. Here comes Pinion, leaves it off to the left. There's a 3. That's an air ball thrown up that time by Enos. And then on the rebound, there's going to be a scramble and a foul called, I believe, on Khalifa.
They're just rolling the dice with this 1-3-1, hoping you'll throw it somewhere, and then they're going to come from the blind side. They're going to try and strip you. You've got to be doubly aware. And if you're in the middle especially, and that's where and I caught it, and they came from the back, and they are just swatting as soon as you get it in there.
So Nelson back at the line, and he keeps them perfect. He makes that one his 15th point. They have yet to miss a free throw. They are 10 out of 10. Zugris returns for the Cardinals.
And I went out also. I think they brought Conwell back.
Nelson has 5 rebounds in the game. The average is better than 9.5 per contest. Nelson with 15 points and 6 rebounds actually, and now hits both free throws. He's 4 for 4 at the stripe.
It's a weird game. They can't make a 3, but they can't miss a free throw.
Full court pressure from USF. Hadley in backcourt. Gets it in the front court. Ooh, very high, but it is barely caught. And then there's a lay-in. Oh, Hadley just deflected it over to Zoo, who charged to the rim and scored a 6-point.
Heady play by Isaac. He was falling out of bounds.
Pinion drops it down low. There's Nelson, tough to handle, and just put it gently up and in. He did not dunk it. Well, Nelson's been their big man here in the second half. Pressure again, and a steal by Pinion. Dunks it.
I don't like what they're doing against this press at all.
And Pat Kelsey doesn't either, and he's going to call a timeout here. 9:19 to play. 70-54. So a bit of a run here put together by USF. Louisville had it out to 23 points at 62-39. Now 70-56 after the latest turnover for the Cards. That's their 14th turnover. And points off turnovers, not that lopsided, actually, 16-13 in favor of USF.
Well, as always, when you play in one of these situations, the neutral people, the Switzerlands and the Swedens in the crowd, root for the underdog. So now getting a little excited all around the arena because number 11 is making a game of it against number 6. Louisville's got to answer them right now.
Boy, as I look around, this place is darn near full. A great crowd in here today. I don't know what this arena seats, but it looks like your typical sort of 18,000 or so.
I'm going to guess that they play the National Hockey League Buffalo Sabres here, and they don't generally play in arenas with less than at least 16 or 17. So I'll take a look, but I think you're probably spot on because basketball you can usually get more seats in anyway. The lower level seats are not there for hockey.
Hadley will inbound for the Cardinals. Cards need to be a little more secure with the basketball. Hadley runs the baseline. And he's in trouble, gets it into Frew finally. Batted away, but he recovers it. Frew brings it up court himself. He leaves it off to the side for Conwell. I thought he might have traveled, but I thought he got rid of it in time.
He's close.
Conwell has it out in their midcourt now.
Coach Hodson doesn't agree.
No, he's really upset over there. He's got a mean look to him anyway, even when he's being nice.
Wow, harsh.
There's Conwell, puts it on the floor. Conwell off to the right. 5 to shoot, lost it again. And then Conwell fouls to prevent a breakaway. Conwell's second foul, so USF feeling confident.
They got plenty of time.
Calling for an intentional foul on Conwell. I don't think it reached that level.
Oh, they're going to look at it.
Challenge it. Going to take a look at it. Hudson's giving an earful over there to Stephen. Is that Stephen? No, that's Chris Passy, right?
Yes.
Chris Passy, Steve Anderson, and Lee Cassell are officials here. So they're going to take a look at this. 70-56 Louisville. 8:34 to play.
Common foul on Louisville 14. That play is under review for a potential flagrant foul.
They say 14, Woolley? I thought it might have been Conwell.
That would make, not only that would make 4 on him. So
USF has only led for 1 minute and 2 seconds in this game. Louisville has led for 27 minutes by as many as 23, but it's been trimmed to 14 with 8.5 minutes to go. Michigan State and North Dakota State will follow here.
After further review, the common foul stands.
So as you heard, still a common foul. The last game tonight is Georgia and somebody, and Michigan and somebody play the other game. Georgia, St. Louis. And then it's Michigan and somebody.
Howard, I think. I think it's Howard.
Yeah, I think so. It is so hard to keep up with, especially since they went to the pod system. And everybody's not in the same region.
In your region, right?
It's very confusing sometimes.
Well, assuming he makes this, and based on what we've seen tonight, he will, because they haven't missed a free throw, Louisville's going to have to show a lot more efficiency against the press.
They are 11 of 11 at the line. Hightower is there. He's made his only free throw, and that one's good. Hightower, a freshman from Los Angeles, averages almost 4 points per game. Has 6 tonight. USF 12 for 12 at the line. And misses one finally, and Conwell collects the rebound. We've got a rebounding foul as Hadley went down, and we're going to call a foul
on Hadley.
I think on him. Yep, Javon Hadley has picked up his second foul. This crowd is getting behind USF, which always happens with the underdog. Hadley claims he was being held, and that's why he went down. It's going to be Jones at the stripe. He has not shot a free throw yet.
Louisville making it awfully hard on themselves. They finally get a missed free throw, and then they give him 2 more.
Jones, a senior from Nashville, he played at Oakland. He was on the Oakland team that beat Kentucky in that big upset a few years ago in the tournament. Has 2 points in the game today. Free throw good.
Louisville's only got 1 timeout left also. So if it gets a little wobbly down the stretch, they're not going to be able to just be calling timeouts. Pat Kelsey making the universal coach sign to his team, settle down, palms down to the ground, going up and down, but easier said than done.
6-0 run over the past 48 seconds for the Bulls. And Jones puts another one through. So what was a 23-point lead has been trimmed down to 11 at 70-59. Plenty of time. 8.5 minutes to go. Cardinals need to hang on to the basketball. They have committed 15 turnovers. Hadley in backcourt. Finally gets it into front court. Hadley finds Frew out top. Azu, rather, and they reach and tie him up. Nelson just reached in and tied him up. Louisville ball on the arrow. Man, they are aggressive defensively, aren't you?
Now, unfortunately, Louisville's just trying to survive. And you know what? When you get in this situation, Paul, sometimes you're going to have to just say to yourself, all right, they're going to get a couple of turnovers. But we're going to make them pay and get some easy shots, too. And now Louisville's not even looking for the easy shots. They're back in that 1-3-1 again. Louisville hadn't attacked it very well.
Conwell throws down underneath. There's Frew for a throwdown.
That was a set design and against the 1-3-1. Great screen from Hadley. That was perfectly executed.
Just what the doctor ordered, 72-59.
Now they need to stop.
Hightower across the top over the high right. High drives on Frew. Frew turns him, sends a pass back out to Pinion. He's guarded by Conwell, who actually tapped him on the head. Flips one up and misses off the glass. Tipped in, though, by Nelson. 20-point game for Nelson, along with 6 rebounds. That should have been his 7th rebound on the tip-in. Hadley in backcourt against the press. Gets it into McNeely.
Just 4 to get it over.
Pinion. McNeely in the front court, continues on, stops, leaves it for Frew.
Why would you give it to him?
Frew throws it back outside and was fouled before he got the pass away.
That was a panic pass by McNeely. Why in the world did you give it to your center running down the lane in traffic?
I think Nilsson committed a foul. Nope, they're going to call it on Pinion. His second. We'll get to our under 8 timeout and check what else is going on in the NCAA tournament. Louisville leading by 11, but it's been trimmed by more than half since they led in the contest, 62-39. We'll be back. This is great. It's 72-61 currently, and we'll be right back. This is Cardinal basketball from Learfield.
The Galt House Hotel is ready to be your legendary Louisville destination. We have your answer to that long overdue date night or reunion with friends. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner in Walker's Exchange, dinner with waterfront views at Swizzle, or happy hours before the big game at Down One Bourbon Bar, your visit will be nothing short of legendary at the Galt House Hotel, the official hotel partner of the Louisville Cardinals.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota, like a stylishly affordable Corolla. Now through March 31st, get 4.99 APR financing on a new 26 Corolla, Corolla Hybrid, or Corolla Cross. Excludes GR Corolla. Or lease a new gas-powered Corolla LE for $199 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Bakery owners, you will be loved today. Every pastry will be flaky. Your cake will make a child's day. Your delivery van won't get sideswiped by a distracted garbage truck driver. But if so, breathe easy, knowing you'll get back to business quickly with Progressive protecting your commercial auto. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
.7:21 to play. South Florida's outscored Louisville 22-10 over about the last 3.5 minutes. And they are within 11 points. It's 72-61. Louisville had a 23-point lead at 62-39. We're in the East region in Buffalo, and basketball all over the place. Bob, update us.
They say it's March Madness with good reason. High Point seeded 12 against number 5 Wisconsin. Had a lead early on in this, but Wisconsin's come storming back, and with 7:30 to play in that game, Wisconsin leads 69-61. This will get some people's attention, even though obviously it's very early. Siena leads Duke. Number 16, Siena leading Duke 22-16, but they're just under the 12-minute mark in the first half, so they're scoring a lot of points in that game. They still got 11:17 to go, and it's already 22-16. This game was South Florida only had 27 at the half. Elsewhere, TCU pulled one out against Ohio State. They were ahead, then they fell behind late in the second half, and then TCU scored with 4 seconds to go. They win 66-64, and happy for my guy Fred Hoiberg, 76-47 winners in their opening game for Nebraska's first ever win in the NCAA men's basketball tournament.
Scores brought to you by Clark & Riggs, providing business solutions for over 20 years. Visit Clark & Riggs at morethanaprinter.com. A little inbounds from the end zone to Colby Rogers. Stops the foul line, gives to McNeely. Isaac McNeely brings it back outside. A lot of pressure from Hightower. Now to Conwell. Goes in deep out front. 3 by McNeely. Another one for Isaac. It's unstoppable today.
Great.
7 threes for him.
Great pass from Conwell. That's what I mean. Take it away from trouble. That's exactly what he did.
Here's Jones. Hightower goes by. Jones throws over the left, and now here goes Enos. A long left baseline short jumper misses. A rebound knocked to the floor and dug out of there by Enos. Circles back out top with it. Enos leaves it off for Nelson. Nelson picks it up, goes back to Enos. Way out deep on Conwell. Tries to rub it into a Nelson screen. And poked away from behind by Conwell over the baseline and out of bounds with 6 on the shot clock. Boy, that was a big 3 by McNeely. It really was. 75-61 after that one.
I really like what they did, South Florida on the inbounds to try and get a steal. It's really a little sophisticated. It's hard to explain on the radio, but Louisville reacted well to it.
They'll inbound from underneath. Get it out top 5 to shoot. Nelson all alone doesn't shoot. Now will shoot a contested jumper that lands out of bounds. Oh, he passed up the 3. Frew came out on him, and then he shot it. And it was a bad shot for Nelson.
And there was only 4 on the shot, 3 or so on the shot clock. You're right. If it was that deep in the shot clock, I would have thought he took the first shot, not that one.
Inbounds pass comes to half court to Colby Rogers. Nelson is back. Colby waits for his teammates to catch up. Rogers gives it back to McNeely. Back to Colby. Back to McNeely again. Works off a through screen. Pass across to Rogers to the right corner to Hadley. Drives toward the basket. Picked up. Kicks a cross-court pass. There goes Conwell on the baseline. Jumps to a stop. Puts one up that's blocked. Out on the floor, though. Rogers runs it down. Kobe, throw it away. Trying to go to Conwell in the corner.
He made a great hustle play. Would have gotten Conwell a wide open look in the corner, but threw it out of bounds. And that would have been big. Would have put him up by 17.
16th turnover by Louisville and just 8 for USF. Points off turnovers are just 17-13, though. Not that far out of line for USF. There's Pinion with the ball at the high left. Pinion leaves it all for Hightower. Gets past McNeely. Frew is there to bother the shot, but he gets it in anyway. Determined trip to the basket by Hightower.
Just 3 points a game. He's got 9.
75-63 Cards. Inside 6 minutes. Hadley has a pass deflected. Batted out of bounds by Jones. Louisville having all kinds of trouble against this pressure.
Keep trying to throw over guys, and that's the first place their hands are coming up. You got to give them a ball fake, move their hands a little bit.
Hadley would inbound out toward the corner, his left. The right, as we look at it, Hadley finds Rogers all by himself to accept the inbounds pass. They'll bring it up court on Enos, who bumps in backcourt, no call. Now they run a double team at him. Kobe's still in backcourt, and a 10-second violation. Wow, sure thought Kobe was fouled early in that. Coach Kelsey looking rather calm as he takes it in.
They're all looking at each other like, why aren't you doing something else? That's not a good sign. Not at all looking confident against that full court pressure.
17th turnover by Louisville. USF ball trailing 75-63 with 5.5 minutes to play. Hightower has it now. Hightower works off a Nelson screen, gives out front. Pinion to three. Yep. 20 for him now. Inbounds pass comes to Kobe Rogers in backcourt on a foul. Foul called on Enos, his fourth. 75-66 Louisville, 5:18 left.
Still not 1-on-1.
Yeah, that was their sixth. Louisville will be in the bonus from here on. So Kobe Rogers is going to go take it out of bounds. Hadley was down there. Jones standing there at the baseline defending the pass. Waving his arms, doing jumping jacks. Rogers bounces into Hadley. Blindside steal, taken away by Nelson, who missed the dunk. Then the rebound, collected underneath by Pinion. That one's blocked by Frew, and it's a jump ball.
Fair ball.
Arrow to USF.
They are
they just come from everywhere. You've got to be alert. They'll blindside you at every opportunity.
And Pinion has got a hot hand now, so they are running set plays for him.
He's now made 4 of 9 threes and has 20 points. They're looking to inbound. They find it to Nelson. Pinion goes by, doesn't get it. Nelson on the baseline, knocks over Kobe Rogers, lost the ball, and Frew picks it up. So Frew in backcourt. Leaves it for Hadley. Now to Conwell. He'll bring it up on Hightower. There's some contact there. They let go. Conwell stolen again, knocked down. That's going to be a off the foot.
Tripping foul on Conwell. He's got to stop putting it between his legs, behind his back. He's got to go back to third grade and just advance the ball up the floor.
Third foul on Conwell, who has committed, I'm looking for his turnover total, 5 turnovers by Conwell to go with his 16 points.
Now they want to look at it to see if it's a flagrant, because he stuck his leg out. They're going to see was that an intentional foul, which would get him free throws on the ball.
So they're going to review this play. 75-66 is the lead for Louisville with 4:54 left. South Florida riding an 11-game winning streak. 14
There's a common
out of 15
foul on the floor.
overall.
The crew is initiating a review for a potential flagrant foul.
USF went 15-3 to win the regular season and the tournament championship at the AAC. Their conference losses were by 3 points in double overtime, by a point in overtime, and another 1-point loss. They won 14 of the last 15 games, so they weren't going to go down quietly
Call
here.
the
They
floor
have
stands.
not.
Common foul.
Common
It'll
foul
be
again.
1-1.
But on Conwell, that's his third personal foul. I'm sorry, I have him for 3, but the monitor shows 2. Do you have him for 2?
I had him for 3 also. I'm not sure. We must have given him 1 that somebody else got. Let's see if I can figure that out.
Monitor has him for 2. Woolley has 4, and there's several with 2. I must have given him 1 of Woolley's. I had Woolley for 3. So Hightower at the free throw line. The freshman shoots 69%. He's 2 for 3 today. Hightower averages just less than 4 points a game. Hightower's at the line with 8 in the contest. Misses the free throw, and Frew juggled it right to Nelson, who put it up. It rolls off, and there's Woolley to secure the rebound and nearly tie him up. Woolley trying to dribble out of trouble. Woolley still in backcourt. Gets ahead in front court. There's Hadley getting a pass and juggled it, just lost it over the baseline and out of bounds. Not sure what Javon was meant to do. He caught it and
he was going to throw it to
like
McNeely over here, and then he saw the defender coming, and he tried to stop halfway through, and it was like a check swing in baseball that went out of bounds.
Just couldn't stop it.
Woolley
Turnover number 20 for the Cardinals.
Smart thing. That's why he backed up. Just what I said. And then that opened up the pass to the other side. Louisville had it beat.
Cardinals trying to hang on here with 4.5 minutes to go. Leading 75-66. Jones gives out top to Nelson. Over to Hightower on the high right. He'll drive on Woolley. Gets to the rim. Scoops it up and in.
They're just going by us like we're statues right now. They got to get a stop.
They keep the press on. Inbounds pass to Frew. Frew will drill it up court himself. Stops. Gives over to Hadley. Hadley in front court. Throws it across to McNeely. Back out front to Conwell.
They're pressing like it's the last minute of the game.
Well, it's working. There's Conwell holding it. 12 on the shot clock. Out deep near midcourt. Louisville leads 75-68 after leading by 23 points.
Pick and pock for McNeely.
Conwell doesn't shoot. Bounce down low. There's Frew on the attack and slams it down.
Wow. That was authoritative.
Cards go up 77-68. 3.5 minutes remaining. There goes Hightower. Woolley sticks with him. Leaves it for Pinion out top. Pinion pivots around to the right. Drives on McNeely. Stops. Floater. Banks it in softly off the glass.
And he's going wild in this second half.
Had 5 in the first. Now has 22 in the game. Here comes Woolley in the front court. Runs into Nelson. And that's going to be a foul on him. That's his third.
Finally,
now Louisville
shooting.
is in the bonus. So Woolley's going to get 1 and 1. Woolley has scored 3 points in the game. Has a couple of rebounds. 0 for 2 at the foul line. And we are due. Yeah, I thought so. We're due for under 4 timeout. We're going to get it right here. 3:19 to play. 77-70. Louisville trying to hold off a furious comeback from South Florida. This is Cardinal basketball from Learfield.
Looking for the best quality, comfort, power, and safety? There's a Honda for that. Save now during the Honda Spring Event. Want to save thousands today with 0.99% financing? There's a Honda for that. For award-winning cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, hybrids, gas, and electric. There's a Honda for that. Save thousands with 0.99% APR financing on 2026 Prologues. Search your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Financing on credit approval offer ends 3/31/26.
Cards fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is the official beer sponsor of the Louisville Cardinals, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
Hurt in the car? Call Sam Aguiar.
I'm attorney Sam Aguiar. At our law firm, we know how insurance companies work. They'll try to settle your injury claim with a quick check and for an amount that's way less than what you deserve. Don't fall for it. Get a lawyer. At Sam Aguiar Injury Lawyers, we've gotten results that are 10, 25, even 100 times more than the insurance company's first offer. So if you've been injured, check us out online at themanSam.com or give us a call, 502-888-8888.
Louisville has committed 20 turnovers, have been outscored off those turnovers 24-13. That has ignited a South Florida comeback. They trailed by 23 points when it was 62-39. We have 3:19 left to play here in Buffalo, and it's a 7-point lead for Louisville, 77-70. Comebacks are not unheard of in NCAA tournament play, Bob.
Well, not today. It's unbelievable what's going on. I mean, they say it's March Madness. There's no, man, this is as mad as it gets. First of all, Ohio State was way down against TCU, came back, took the lead late in the second half, and then TCU came back on them, scored with less than 5 seconds left and won by 2. That was an incredible game. But how about these other games? Wisconsin, the 5 seed, leads High Point 72-70 with 3.5 minutes to go. That was a game where they were way behind, came way ahead. Now High Point's come back. How about this? Siena's extending their lead on Duke, 35-24. With 4 minutes to go in the first half, Siena leads by 11. McNeese State leads Vanderbilt 21-12 with 12 minutes to go in the first half. So, but the thing is, these games have all gone in wild ebbs and flows, and this one is no exception here in Buffalo.
Regarding that Duke score, only twice has a 16 seed defeated a 1. And Woolley is at the free throw line for the Cardinals. Missed 2 earlier, puts that one right at the bottom, though, for his 4-point.
This kid's he's fearless. He's not too little, but I'll call him a little guy relative in basketball terms. That shot in the game at Miami, and here, these are big free throws.
Missed that one, so he's missed 3 of his 4.
Jinxed him.
And the lead is 8-70 for Louisville. Possession to South Florida with just near 3 minutes to go. Here's Jones holding it, pressured out front by Woolley. Jones gives it to Pinion. He's heated up. Pinion to the rim, kicked it to the left. There's a 3 by Enos, and he misses again. Enos just cannot get one. Pinion will have another chance. He misses another one. Rebound chase down on the side. They get it on an offensive rebound. Back out top again to Hightower. Hightower at the top. Backs away near midcourt. Hightower guarded by Frew. Hightower quick, gets in deep, turns back and forth, throws it back out, 4 to shoot, long 3. Enos misses again, and there's Frew to get the rebound. Enos stone cold in 3-point field goals. Cardinals get it safely to front court. Enos has missed 10 threes. He's had a 3 in every game this year. Woolley in front court for the Cardinals, who lead by 8. Woolley pivots away from Hightower, gives up to Hadley, over to Conwell. And a reach as he starts to drive around Pinion, who commits his 3rd foul. So 1 in the bonus coming up for Conwell. 2:18 to play now. It's 78-70 Cards.
You know, I used to listen to an old pitcher who said some really cool things in baseball. He said his pitching coach would come out and say, don't walk him, but don't give him anything good to hit. So it's the same thing here. You don't want to hold the ball too long and wait for the double team to go, but you don't want to rush. You got to find that fine line. Conwell did a good job there. He wouldn't allow himself to be trapped, and he drew the foul.
Conwell misses a free throw. What just happened to the Cards' foul shooting? Louisville just 9 of 16 at the foul line. USF ball, trailing by 8. Here's Pinion, straight out top, dribbles over to the left on McNeely, gets in closer, puts up a close shot that topples in.
Why are they letting McNeely guard him? I don't understand that.
24 for Pinion. Hadley inbounds to McNeely, and they tie him up. It's going to be a jump ball. Arrow is to Louisville.
Now they can't run the baseline either. This is a dangerous inbounds here. Oh, Louisville's going to the football play where you line up everybody out of bounds.
All 5 guys are out of bounds. Hadley will take the ball.
That doesn't make any sense, though. They can't throw it to the guy out of bounds because they already brought it in once. Hope he knows that.
Now they all come inbounds. They're standing in mainly the same spot, but in inbounds. And Hadley searching. Finds Conwell, does come up with it. Conwell ridden tightly on the sideline, has a pass deflected and stolen. Jones has it. Pinion falls down in the middle, goes back outside to Enos. Here's Hightower. Pinion comes to take it from him, poked away, recovers it right at midcourt. 18 on the shot clock and a timeout called by USF. Oh man, is this excruciating. 1:37 to go. 78-72. Louisville leads by 6. They led by 23 points when it was 62-39. The press has given Louisville fits. Cards have turned it over 21 times. Points off turnovers, 24-13.
I mean, it's late enough to start thinking about possessions. Obviously, they want to get a stop, and then they got to come up with a rebound. But the big thing they don't want to give up here is a 3. Because if they make a 3, it's a 1-possession game. And they'll have to get the ball back because Louisville won't be able to run it out. So, I mean, obviously, you need a stop and a rebound, and that would make the margin of error a lot greater.
So they are just 4 of 28 in 3. So is that good for Louisville? Does it mean they're due? While the Cards have made 13 of 25 threes for 52%.
Enos, their best 3-point shooter,
0 for 10,
and frankly, he hasn't been close. I mean, I think the words before the game have come back to haunt him. He's got 4 points on 2 drives to the basket, but Pinion has certainly stepped up. He's been terrific in the second half. My goodness, 5 points at the half. So he's had 19 in the second half.
Earlier I said Pinion had a 3 in every game. There actually was one game he didn't have a 3. He and Pinion both had one game without a 3. Pinion's came in their last game in the conference championship when he didn't have a lot of minutes and was hampered by foul trouble. USF ball, 1:37 to go. 6-point lead for the Cards. Pass comes into Hightower near midcourt. 15 on the shot clock. Hightower straight out front, lost his balance, recovered the ball. Hightower by the circle, at the Pinion, long 3 over Frew. No good. Rogers fights for and brings down the rebound. Huge play by Kobe.
And that's why they put him in for McNeely, to do just that. Defend and rebound. Easy, John.
Hadley in front court, or passed into front court to Rogers. Rogers gives it to Conwell. Conwell at the top right. 15 on the shot clock, 1:08 in the game. Conwell has it back out near midcourt. Conwell defended by Enos. Conwell back and forth on the bounce. 3 to shoot. Conwell nearly lost it. Chase it down. Throws to the corner. And the shot clock's going to run down before Woolley can get to the basket.
3 between the legs. They went nowhere. Midcourt. Between the legs 3 times. Third time he put it between his legs. The defender deflected it. Then it almost went out of bounds. That's the stuff you got to get rid of. There's no reason for it. You're not going anywhere.
And a timeout called by USF. 54 seconds left, 54.6 to be exact. 78-72, Louisville leading. Well, it's not supposed to be easy this time of year. And the Cards, who are just rolling along for about 30 minutes, have suddenly just been life and death to withstand this fierce comeback.
The game's clock should be adjusted to 55 seconds.
Okay, so there was no timeout actually called there.
Yeah,
South Florida still has one left, and so does Louisville. But the review, in effect, gives you a timeout.
That's what I mean. This is all the stuff that drives me crazy about the video review. He's got a chance to draw a play up. He shouldn't have an opportunity to do that. He should have had to use his last timeout if he wanted to do that.
Go to neutral corners during video reviews.
I'm not kidding. There should be a little dotted line in the corner, and you have to go stand there until the thing gets separated, because that's not fair.
Louisville will show some full court pressure on the Bulls, who have turned it over just 9 times themselves. Pass comes into play in backcourt to Hightower. Runs it ahead. Hightower in front court, met by Hadley. Throws the Pinion at the top. Pinion backs away. 18 on the shot clock. Pinion shoots over Frew, missed badly, and lands out of bounds. Cardinals ball with 39 seconds to go.
We all appreciate what Isaac McNeely's done for Louisville today. He's got 23 points, but it was a great job by Coach Kelsey to put in Kobe for him defensively. That's 2 possessions in a row he impacted defensively. Now he puts McNeely in, assuming if you're going to get fouled, you want a good free throw shooter.
Hadley will inbound against the pressure. This is giving them all kinds of trouble just getting the ball inbounds. They do get it to Frew. He releases it to Hadley. Double team. Passes to Conwell. Ryan gets it ahead to Woolley. Over to Frew. He's going to attack the rim. Ooh, takes a hard fall. Shot did not go. He was undercut. I don't think that's going to be flagrant worthy, but it was an ugly fall. He was under a full head of steam attacking the rim and really took an ugly fall. I don't know if he's going to be able to shoot free throws or not. He's still on the ground. 30 seconds left. Louisville leading 78-72. Hightowers, who committed the foul, threw up to a sitting position. Katie Kresnik, known as Kate the Great around the basketball office, the trainer, comes to check on him. He gets up, holding his lower back. Right on the tailbone, I think, is where he landed.
Well, now the rule is if he can't shoot him, they pick whoever's on the floor, right? Isn't that the rule?
I believe so.
So they're going to have to pick somebody. Who would you pick? They're all pretty good free throw shooters out there, McNeil. They're going to take Hadley.
If you're just looking at percentages, Hadley would be the guy, but we know that John, I still believe, is a better free throw shooter than his percentage shows, and that's 70.
And that's after that stretch earlier in the year where he missed like for a week.
Here comes Frew into the game.
No.
30 seconds left.
Zoo's coming in, not Frew. Zugris.
Yeah, Frew went out as Zoo came in.
Still tending to Frew on the sideline.
Hadley at the line, 7 points in the game, 5 rebounds, free throw, good, right in the bottom.
I trust him to babysit my child, this kid. He is rock solid.
Pat Kelsey says you would want him to marry your daughter.
Yeah. Because my kids are 28 and 35, so I do not a whole lot of risk.
Plus, they're males. Although nothing's out of the realm of possibility. We ought to stop.
I think the point was made.
Second free throw, rolling off. Poked in the air by Zugris, but it's grabbed by Hightower. Louisville leading by 7, 25 seconds to go. Hightower off-balance runner, topples in. What a shot by him. It's a big game today for him. 79-74, 22 seconds left. Inbounds pass to Conwell, passes out of the double team to Hadley. Rogers down court, gets the pass. Kobe won't shoot, gives it back outside. And a reach by Hightower, who fouls Hadley with 15 seconds to play. Smart play by Kobe, did not force anything. Might have been able to get to the rim, but at that point, he just wanted to take off some clock and hopefully get some free throws. It'll be Hadley there again. Just went 1 for 2.
Well, maybe we overpraised him and jinxed him. So, because right now he needs both of them to change the last part of this game layout-wise. It would make it a 3-possession game and make it very, very hard.
Louisville 10 of 19 with a stripe. South Florida 14 of 16. Both their misses have come lately. Hadley nails it.
All right, this is the big one. Makes it a 7-point game if he hits it, and with only 15 seconds to go, very unlikely.
80-74. Louisville leading. Hadley trying to make it 81. And he put it in.
That's big.
Louisville doesn't need to foul. 15 seconds left. Inbounds pass to Enos. He'll run it in front court and call a timeout. Right in front of his coach. He didn't run through the stop sign. He did call the timeout.
Yes.
Well, as not a 7-point play.
Now, the big thing is, you know, you can't do it without some 3-point shots, and the ball in the air takes generally about 1.5 to 2.5 seconds by the time it leaves the shooter's hand, then goes in. So that's the big problem. Is my guess is whenever you're in this situation, you're going to assume you need some 3s and some 2s, and so get it too early, because then you can always get a 3. The buzzer can go off all the balls in the air, and you're okay. Boy, High Point, by the way,
still leading Duke.
No, Sienna's playing Duke.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Sienna's
High Point's Wisconsin, right?
Yeah. Did they win? They might have won.
Sienna still leads Duke 43-32.
At the half. An 11-point lead at the half. Of course, Louisville was in that movie too, remember?
Yeah. Is Gunga supposed to be back for Duke?
Yeah, not today, but they think they could get him back before the tournament's over.
South Florida inbound the ball. Hightower snaps it into the right corner, and another air ball 3, but a dunk follow by Nelson after the miss by Enos, who will remain 3-less. Hadley to inbound. Hadley runs the baseline, and we get a foul away from the ball, I believe. Louisville on top, 81-76.
Foul on Pinion.
Pinion commits his 3rd foul. 24 points for Pinion today. Enos with just 4, including 0 of 11 threes. He came in with 107 threes. And Pinion came in with 106 threes. One of 2 teams, Texas Tech being the other, with 2 players with over 100 threes. A little discussion going on.
I think Hadley's a little mad about some handsy stuff going off. A little frustration. Javon, easy, bud. Game, just get to the locker room.
Willie and Zugris pulled him away, and then Hightower went up to give him a little pat on the back. Free throws for Conwell. 10 seconds ago, Louisville up 81-76. Conwell hits. Conwell has had some hurtful turnovers. We give him credit for 17 points and 6 assists, but 6 turnovers, 4 rebounds as well.
He's done a lot of good things, but he's also made a lot of unnecessary turnovers.
Good on the free throw. That makes it pretty safe with 10 seconds to go. 83-76. Inbounds pass comes to Enos. Pass ahead to Pinion. Left corner 3. Got it. Oh, here's something. 5.2 seconds still to go. Hadley running the baseline. Louisville not totally out of the woods. And here's a foul on the inbounds pass. Nelson knocked over Sanenda Frew, who it's good to see back in the game after taking that fall a while ago. 4th foul on Nelson. Pinion has now put together a 27-point game, 5 of 13 threes, 6 rebounds and 6 assists for him.
Why are we getting
Pinion, who came from Arkansas State?
Why is everybody going to the table? What is this over?
Did somebody call a timeout? Or did somebody foul out? But that I only have 4.
Yeah, Nelson fouled out.
Yeah, he did foul out, so they take a little time to look at that.
I think Pinion should have a brother named Rack Nicholas Pinion. Then he'd be Rack and Pinion. I've been sitting on that all day. He has played brilliantly in the second half, by the way. You can see why this was a good team, because if you assume Enos would play anywhere near his norm, you could beat a lot of teams, because Pinion's gone crazy here in the second half. What a game he's put together.
Fernando Frew at the line, 10 points and 10 rebounds, a double-double, a huge game for him. Rarely been in double figures lately. He's very short, though. The free throw barely caught the front of the rim. Still 5 seconds left, 83-79.
Yeah, the big men came to play today. They all gave them quality minutes.
Frew rolls that one off. They've got it. Pinion. It's a 4-point game still. No foul. Long three by Pinion. Missed it. And a rebound at the horn by Frew. And the Cards have survived to advance. The first NCAA tournament game win for Louisville since 2017. And it comes over the South Florida Bulls, 83-79. Boy, is it great for Pat Kelsey to get his first tournament win, Bob. Of course, until last year at Louisville, he was always fighting that seeding disadvantage. Then it was an 8-9 game last year. Finally, Coach Kelsey and the Cardinals break through with a tournament win, 83-79. They're going to run a player over to us briefly for some quick comments. Not sure it'll be him.